All right. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. The Reina Creole, of course, bringing you that spice and salt and dark humor commentary when it comes to what I put on my channel. And tonight, of course, another gaming stream. I apologize. I was going to play Doom, so you guys can watch me die a whole lot. But got behind with the Love and DeepSpace main content update much longer than I thought it was going to be, usually because I'm talking so much. But anyway, we're going to finish that up tonight. Figure since we're on roll with that, finish that up tonight. Finish up the Master of Fate myths. You guys can see that. And I will be playing Doom on Monday night. No worries, because I want to get back to playing that. All right, so let's see who we have got here. Let's see, hold on. I want to share the entire screen and I want to share audio. Okay. All right. Let me put myself up here. Okay, cool. Seven Nation, hello, my dear. So good to see you. So good to see you. Let me hit you up with one of my favorites here. Been a member for 30 months, girl. Probably one of my OG members. Says another beautiful month in the club. Absolutely. Thank you so much for supporting my channel the way you do for so long, my dear. Gifted subs, all of that. Always wonderful seeing your face, my dear. Yes, another beautiful month up in the club. Okay, now that song stuck in my head. It's 50 Cent, right? That was a banger. Shoot, everybody was playing that. Let's see, DJ Knight, I see you. I see you, my dear. So good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Something I'm checking out real quick. All right, and we have, no, don't tell me that's going to be popping up all night. Do not tell me that. Oh, well, if it is, no worries. I'm cheap using free workers. I don't usually stream on my phone that much. Let's see. Hey, Braylon, good to see you. And welcome. Thank you so much. And yes, folks, don't forget to check out Resort Recon tomorrow at 12 noon. Since Epic Universe is finally open to the public, we're going to be talking about that. All right. So we ready to go? Let's see. I got my tea, all of that. I did not dress him. Okay, there's this option where you can let them dress themselves. Not gonna lie, this is the Lethal Weapon outfit. I bought it for Silas, but I guess apparently all of them, put them on. So anyway, let's get back to the main story. Coming up on What Husbando Did I Marry? Okay, so see, snow fades at dawn. Let's see, I think we were back this way. Cursive. Did we do Land of No Return? I'll find out in a minute. Yeah, I don't think it was that one. I should have left me a darn. Actually, I think I did. Was this the one? Oh no, we definitely didn't get to that part. Let's see. Butterfly in a bottle. Was a trustworthy colleague. I know. I'll get it together. I'll get it together. Then I'm getting Alzheimer's. Too old for that. Okay, let's see. Definitely one before this one. Okay, I think this is. Wait. I think so. I'm sorry. Just need to make sure. Let's see. Is this the one where I cussed him out? He woke up and actually seemed normal. I'm back a lot further than I thought. Oh, duh, that's right. Because we were. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I think this is. Bear with me because I don't want to miss something. I'm pretty sure that's where we ended off. Is this where we met the kid and I was joking that the kid looked like him? Okay, yeah, that's where we stopped last time. All right, so we're in the cosmic spec section still. All right, here we go. So just as Zayne enters the house, I finish roasting the tangerines he bought. You can roast tangerines? Chef Nation, you're the chef. I have never heard of that. And now I want to try it. When I glance out the window, I realize the snow has finally stopped. Did your relative leave already? He must have a strict family.
Yes, he needs to go home and write his reflection paper.
Okay, remember, we really don't know that much about each other. There's a distant quality to Zayne's voice. I sit down beside him and hold out one of the roasted tangerines. Oh, hey, CJ. Toasted or charred tangerines are prepared briefly by cooking tangerine segments in a hot pan or under a broiler to develop a slightly caramelized flavor and texture. Okay, okay, okay. In Florida, we kind of do the same thing with grapefruit. They put like brown sugar on the top and put it in a broiler. Hmm, I didn't even know that. Chef Nation said what CJ said. I have not tried that, but I'm gonna have to try that. I love tangerines, so I'll have to try that. And you are more than welcome, my dear. Your family will love the trip to Epic Universe. It is, man, it's mind blowing, totally mind blowing. The weather is perfect for roasted tangerines. Try it. It's not carrots. He stares at me a long time before finally eating a piece of the tangerine.
You don't want to know what happened during the past few days when I disappeared?
Yes, but I figure you will tell me. Because apparently, whatever he went through was so traumatic, it split his personality. So I need to know who I'm talking to first before I start digging into stuff. If the explanation is going to be filled with medical jargon, then no, because he does tend to do that. As for the rest, Zayne will tell me when he wants to. And if he doesn't want to, that's his choice. That is something I would say. He can't help but smile at my deliberate emphasis on those last words. He takes a half peeled tangerine from my hands. Soon after, a warm orange slice is brought to my lips. If you shove this in my face, we gonna
I
fight.
said goodbye 3 days ago because I had accepted Carter's invitation.
to go work at Ever?
I'll be joining the Fountain of Atay research project.
Okay, that has me worried. We know they're crazy. What? Okay, I said what, but see me choke and cough several times. Zayne raises his hand to pat my back. Okay, because he and Carter do not get along. So, what's up with this?
It's ultimately an excuse. Something unexpected happened, and the nightmare arrived before I could carry out my plans.
What plans? I'm almost scared to ask. What plans? We're going to find out.
Oxo Hospital has received a large influx of unusual cases involving protocore syndrome patients. Some died shortly after hospitalization. Others transformed within a month and became
an alterum. CJ says, don't poo-poo carrots. I love me some baby carrots. I love baby carrots too. Unfortunately, I can't eat raw carrots. There's something in them raw that makes my throat get really irritated. They have to be cooked, which is a shame because I love carrots.
All these patients had recovered at Val Sanatorium after entering a medical pod called the Rebirth Cocoon.
Val Sanatorium, according to the news report this morning, is the first phase of the Fountain of Atay. So that's where Ever is dumping their patients off after they go through the cocoon. Okay.
Carter told me that Ever will soon hold a press conference to demonstrate the Rebirth Cocoon's effectiveness to the public.
Oh, that's going to go well. Would that mean more unsuspecting protocore syndrome patients will go to Val Sanatorium? That is pissing me off.
We can't let them do as they please. I want to stop Ever's plans, not just for the protocore syndrome patients.
There's what? Zayne trails off as he lowers his gaze.
I want to make amends for a mistake. One that should have been corrected years ago. Yet it still haunts me to this day.
And that's probably why his personality split and he had nightmares. Because Chancellor Hospital is where Mount Eternal is, where, everything popped off. Chef Nation says, not going to lie, I just got this game on PS5. Which game? Because I know this one isn't on the PS5. You got to tell me, which one did you get? I realize that for Zayne, this carries a greater, more painful significance. Yeah, because he had to kill his mentor. Oh, dang, he used pet name for me. Okay. So what? Because you like to disappear a lot.
Will you come with me this time?
I think it's the one before this one. Oh, okay. Let's see. Was it Doom? CJ says it doesn't explain the phone sex voice though. Ask him what's up with that. He uses that with me. Not when he's the doctor. When he's doctor, he's a very clinical voice. You'll notice, when he's a doctor, he talks very, very clinical. When he's with me, it's like he makes that slow transition from the clinical voice to the phone sex voice. Yeah. I guess so. I got to keep an eye on you. Asking me like that isn't fair. I know he helped me so many times before, and I'd agree to any request he makes. It's just, I don't know who I'm dealing with here. Even if you did call me baby girl. Now that he's finally revealing everything to me, I won't let him have his way so easily. Yeah, especially as you put ice around my wrist and nail me to the wall. I don't appreciate that. Oh, Claire, Expedition 33. Okay, yeah. I got that one in my I have that one in my cart. I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. There's one more game I want to check out. A few sweet words and you call me baby girl, my edition, aren't enough to make me risk my life with you. I need a more convincing reason. I need a more tempting reason. I will say I need a more tempting reason. I tap his chest. Do you have anything else that might interest me? Give me more money.
I want you to come with me.
Shit. You know I'm going to go. You know I'm going to go. You know I'm going to go. He grabs my wrist and gently moves his hand to press my fingers into his palm. I will say, Infold, I'm going to give you props. You seem to be getting the colors right with brown-skinned main characters like me. I see you improving in the lighting here. Keep going.
And I selfishly believe that if I asked you, you'd do it.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't see me not going. Dazed, I see something flicker out of the corner of my eye, a fluffy white tail. Zayne and I turn around at the same time. Oh, that's all he can offer you, CJ? Maybe I'll hook up with a hot redhead. Is that Shiki? Aren't you supposed to be with your owner? He said, I do what I want. Magical creature, I do what I want. Crouched near the robot vacuum, Shiki whimpers. Those clear, innocent, round eyes look at me first and then look at Zayne.
You're staying here to watch the house.
Wow, watch the house, man. That thing will wind up having a house party while we're gone. In the white testing facility, a row of circular medical pods lines the room. Surrounded by soft silvery light, they float in the air. Their translucent walls gleam with tranquility. Exquisite and graceful like meticulously crafted chrysalises, they pulse and contract with the rhythm of beating hearts. Why does this remind me of aliens? At any moment, it seems their contents might break free and soar towards the sky. Oh, that's okay, CJ. I know so many guys who play as women in games. I ain't mad at them. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So I couldn't pick Master of Fate with this one, but I got Medicated Arctic.
We don't have much time.
For a minute, I thought they were going to play Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne.
Let's go.
Okay.
Lower center of gravity.
Ready for
Women have more graceful combat
Let's
moves.
take it down first.
Leave it to me.
to the pit you came.
It's your turn. It is weak. Now's our chance.
Dr.
I may
Zayne,
do a video
Fall back.
on how to do this combat because
Victory is recovered.
the
Be
instructions
careful.
are just horrible. But then again, it's a Chinese company. I guess they can
Let's
pay
go.
for the
okay.
really good translators.
Keep your distance, or else you'll get
Dr. Zayne,
fall back.
Because even in the
You wanna
tutorial, I
escape?
was like, what do you need me to? What? Well, also, I'm a visual
My
learner.
turn.
It's
So
getting
it'll
ready for
say
attack.
stuff and not show me. And I'm just like, what the heck?
Zayne,
It's your turn.
no problem. I was just careless.
Let's call it a day.
I'll give it a taste of our strength.
It's also the style. They always make big, beefy guys with
It's
big,
falling
beefy
apart.
moves. Yeah, they move slower. I wouldn't say they move slower, less
Be
graceful,
ready for
but
its next move. The snow has stopped.
their impact is more
Let's head
powerful.
back.
There's a big difference in Mortal Kombat when I would either play as Sonya Blade or I would play as Sub-Zero. So I already did that before, but I just want to show y'all. It's like, yes, there is combat in this, believe it or not. Okay, so White Sepulcher. Sub-Zero for life. I love Sub-Zero. Sometimes I'll play as Scorpion, but usually it's Sub-Zero is just the coolest. I love Scorpion has a line. Sub-Zero is my favorite. After driving west on the highway for 2 hours, patches of green vegetation finally appear amidst the desolate landscape. Looking through the window, I can see the distant dome of Val Sanatorium loom in the morning mist. Sanatorium, aka the Looney Bin. After yesterday's events, we decided to tour the sanatorium as visitors to investigate. The Fountain of Vitae, the Rebirth Cocoon, the press conference, none of these can be tackled in a single move. However, we can assess the situation first before planning our next move. Okay, we're going to divide and conquer, right? Are we almost there? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? I feed the last cookie to Zayne as he drives. He nods and takes a moment to gather his thoughts before speaking. I must like you if I let you have the last
There are
cookie.
things I need to tell you. The technology used in the rebirth cocoon is from a research project Carter and I worked on when we were in medical school.
Now, according to the antidote, or was it, no, I think it was World Beneath, this project that he and Carter worked on as med students, apparently Zayne found something and wound up burning all of the research, just like destroyed it. No explanation as to why, but we don't know what he found, but he just wound up just destroying everything. Shep Nation says, sounds like a place for Sir Pedro. LOL. That man fell off the rails. Yes, he did. Oh my gosh. Oh, he is just a train wreck in real time. What? So y'all were working on some scandalous stuff,
I
huh?
began researching the application of protocores in implantable devices under Dr. Noah's guidance. It was also something I was interested in personally.
Okay, I kind of get that idea.
At first, the research progressed smoothly. Yet when we started doing experiments,
Something grew 3 heads.
This. The protocore energy has completely corroded the heart.
Oh.
Our experiment failed.
But the heart started beating again. It just grew some black crystals, that's all. Did you know? The lab mouse we performed a protocore implant surgery on transformed into a wanderer and devoured its fellow test subjects.
Oh, that's nasty.
Zayne, our experiment wasn't a failure. We succeeded! We've discovered humanity's next evolutionary form!
Why does he sound crazy like Dimitri? Then again, this weirdo tried to give me flowers in another part of the story. Rolled up to me like he knew me.
Visit that barbecue place near the campus tonight to celebrate.
CJ says, sorry, I've seen this man's waist. There's no
The
way he eats
experiment didn't
cookies.
lead to new life. It turned people into wanderers, minions of a protocore. It was a Pandora's box that should have remained sealed. I destroyed all the related research data that day.
Yep.
I hope to keep this truth buried forever.
But Carter didn't see it that way, huh?
No. He named it X-Heart and took it to Xander Sciences.
Oh.
It was later implemented in the rebirth cocoon, which is the first step in the Fountain of Atay.
After finishing his story, Zayne falls silent. However, his grip on the steering wheel indicates he's still caught in his memories. Yeah, when you're a researcher, you love getting that grant money, but eventually all you worked on does not belong to you. Chef Nation said the tea in this game. I know, right? Dang. I'm loving it. And I need those butterbeer goldfish crackers, so I keep looking for them. This is the mistake he wanted to make amends for. Not wanting him to dwell on the past, I clear my throat and lighten the mood. CJ, I'm convinced this game spies on me. Then again, I also know that TikTok is Chinese spyware. Yeah. Just saying. I know the deal. I used to think about how if we'd gone to the same university, I would have dragged you out to have fun every single day. We'd watch the flowers bloom in the spring, enjoy the summer rain, collect autumn leaves, have snowball fights in winter. He is not thinking about that. But based on what I've heard, you must have been too busy to do any of that with me.
Not at all. In our lab, we always said it's best to take a 4-hour break while data is being collected. Then we can see the results after.
That's kind of like how back in the day, when I had to do backups of certain systems and the backups took like a couple hours, we're just like, you know what? We just kicked off a backup. We're going to go to the mall, be back in a couple hours.
So during those times, I would have been available at least.
Come on.
I was joking. If you were there, I would have always made time for you.
Oh, and that's sweet. The car turns onto a newly paved road, passes a sign that reads Val Sanatorium, and comes to a stop in the parking lot.
I'm not familiar with the sanatorium's interior layout. If you encounter any danger during this visit, remember not to go in alone.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. While I speak, I catch a glimpse of White approaching us. Is this Carter? Carter, who's here to receive us, wears a casual white business suit. First of all, you don't never trust anybody that shows up in a white business suit. I don't know. There's just something about that. Only a navy blue butterfly pin adorns his collar.
Have you been waiting long, Zayne?
No, we just got here.
Carter leans down toward the car window. Upon seeing me, his eyes crinkle and his smile widens. Of course it does.
When Zayne called about needing 2 visitor passes, I had a feeling you'd be accompanying him.
Carter has been trying to get me to show up at Xander Sciences for I don't know how long. He is such a tryhard, but he and Zane do not get along. I compose myself. Smiling politely, I step out of the car, but just as I'm about to speak,
Let's skip the pleasantries and head inside.
sometimes Zane's bluntness really comes in handy. Following Carter, we enter the long corridor that connects the parking lot to the sanatorium's lobby. My gaze falls on the emblem at the entrance. Under the curved shape are the following: Eternity Vanquishes Evolution Restraint Group. That's really weird for a darn Eternity Vanquishes Evolution. Okay. All right. Whatever acronym floats your boat, without a doubt, this is Ever's logo. Carter activates the scanner, and a white light immediately sweeps over Zayne and me. A cheerful electronic female voice speaks.
Visitor identification verified. Zayne. I am Telomere, the AI management system of Val Sanatorium. Welcome to our facility. We hope you have a good day here at the sanatorium.
I don't know, that's kind of weird. Like, have a great day at the mental hospital. Yeah, okay. Doors slide open, and we enter the first floor lobby of Val Sanatorium. Pristine white surrounds us. The ceiling is unadorned, its white surface seemingly integrated with the recessed lighting system along its edges. It looks as sanitary as the Disney hotels of late. Beneath our feet, a gentle light bathes the white marble floor and illuminates every corner of the lobby. This place seems,
Bright yet oppressive.
yeah, yes. Pristine, silent, and unchanging. It's as if time itself stands still within these walls. In this environment, Zayne and I stand out like two stains on an otherwise white canvas. A few doctors in white lab coats passed by us. Although they were quietly discussing patients' medical conditions, they nodded in Carter's direction.
Since Zayne personally asked me for visitor clearance, I should give you 2 a proper tour.
Carter creeps me out. Hey Dylan, how you doing? Side by side, we follow Carter as he leads us to the reception desk in the center of the lobby.
I see the Fountain of Vitae finally caught your interest. All those phone calls over the past month weren't in vain. But I'm curious, what made you change your mind?
Carter stops in his tracks by the reception desk. He turns around, his signature smile returned with narrowed eyes. I told y'all, Zayne don't like him.
You kept talking about humanity's future. I wanted to see if it would actually come to pass. Besides, nobody knows X-Hard better than me.
Yep, since he worked on it. Carter's eye twitches. After a long silence, he suddenly erupts into a fit of laughter and shatters the lobby's tranquility.
Good, good. You've convinced me. Everyone deserves a second chance at redemption. Remember, Zayne, I gave you this chance.
That sounds like a threat.
And what about you, Miss Hunter?
What about me? When I receive this question, I deliver my carefully prepared response. Since Zayne is joining the research project, I wanted to see what it's all about. I like my answer better. What about me? Carter tilts his head. His gaze flits between Zayne and me before settling on Zayne. The amusement in his eyes is obvious.
I see. Even the strongest relationships need a solid foundation. I'll make sure you get a good position here.
What will Carter want in return? He turns and shakes the brochure stand next to him. The neatly arranged brochures scatter in disarray, and he pulls out 2 copies with a smile. He gives them to us.
The only downside to this place is that it's too by the book. But I guess that doesn't really affect you, Zayne.
Ooh, what does that mean? It's about complicated medical cases. The thin booklet methodically categorizes various diseases that conventional medicine has yet to cure. It's like a university department, and the facility's patients are eager students with a thirst for knowledge. A commotion breaks out in the distance. I look up. It's a group of elegantly dressed visitors being led into the lobby by a receptionist. They're being guided upstairs for a tour. On the staircase leading to the 2nd floor, several patients in white hospital gowns are walking down the steps. I expected to see many high-profile figures in this place, but even then, I never thought I'd see her. Karen, who's 43 years old, is a war correspondent. She's won numerous prestigious journalism awards. Okay. She spent years reporting from the front lines, faced countless life-threatening situations, and has earned a large amount of respect in society. A year ago, she was attacked by a wanderer, got protocore syndrome, and rarely appeared in public since then. I've met her a few times at Axo Hospital. I heard she was also one of Zayne's patients. She just says blah, blah, blah. She
Dr.
cute.
Zayne, it's been a while.
It's the important stuff, you know. Noticing us, she comes over to say hello. Zayne acknowledges her with a slight nod.
Ms. Karen?
I do like this outfit he has on, though. All black. I love it. Someone of her caliber choosing ever, that's probably the best endorsement they could ask for.
I heard that when she left Axo Hospital, she had less than 2 months to live. Her daughter had just learned to say mama when
He's
you
throwing
handed
some
her a death sentence.
serious
How
shade.
cruel.
Insane.
Dr. Carter, the patient in room 8504.
Carter gestures for us to wait a moment. Then he takes a few steps to discuss something with the man at the front desk. Noticing my silence, Zayne stops in his tracks.
What are you thinking about?
Carter's ass is crazy. It's nothing. I just realized Ever seems to have a knack for exploiting human vulnerabilities by any means necessary. How else could they gather people from different backgrounds and beliefs and make them devoted to a single cause?
The key to obedience isn't promising heaven, it's using hell as a threat.
CJ called him Fauci. Okay, every time I see Carter, I'm call him Fauci. Oh my gosh.
After all, Everyone fears illness and death.
Who is this? Footsteps, accompanied by a familiar voice, approach from behind. I turn.
We meet again, Miss Hunter.
No, who you?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Benedict, the director of Val Sanatorium.
I don't know. He got that slick back hair. I don't know if I'd trust this dude. You. From what I remember, he had another identity. I met him at the place where an Alterum died. Yeah, that was in Caleb's storyline. You're the detective who spoke to me that day.
I'm honored you remembered me, Miss Hunter.
Oh, wait. This is the guy who I suspected was more than just a detective. Oh, okay. Okay, never mind. He smiles not with the embarrassment of someone whose identity has been exposed, but with the composure of a performer waiting for the audience's reaction to a grand reveal. Alarm bells ring in my mind, but he quickly shifts his placid gaze to Zayne.
It's been a while, Dr. Zayne. Welcome aboard.
Oh, so you know Benedict too. All right. Okay, let's see. There's a couple of challenges. There's like 3. So I'll run the last one since that one's the... Oh, they're going to let me use Master Fate this time? Okay, this is going to be over real quick. Almost a little too quick.
I'll head into battle with you by my... We can't always be on. Here comes the gust.
You use the gale to our advantage. Eat this. My turn.
That one comes at you.
Whack it on the head.
Nice and loud. Here comes the gust.
You use the gale to our advantage.
This is probably the coolest resonance if we get to do it.
Or else you'll get hurt. You'll falter if you aren't careful. A blizzard is approaching, but it won't harm us. It is falling apart.
Everything went well.
Dang. Yeah, it didn't take long. Does it come in man style? You're too funny. Let me see. I just want to try one more real quick. I want to see if that was a fluke. No, it wasn't. Okay. No, it wasn't. All right. So again, like I said, if you pass the first stage on your own in this game, then you can just use autoplay for the rest, which works when you're just going through stories. I only use manual now if I'm doing deep space trials.
It's over. Here comes the gust.
You use the gale to our advantage.
Keep your distance, or else you'll get hurt.
Whack it on the head.
Nice and loud. Well done. Here comes the gust.
You use the gale to our advantage. I'll show you.
Graphics are actually pretty cool for a mobile game.
Crushed them.
Wow, that companion is so worth the money I paid to get it. All right, so now we are at the last section. Rebirth Cocoon. Let's see what's up this. Wait if it's arranged. Benedict extends his hand as a friendly gesture. Zayne barely returns the handshake before quickly withdrawing. Yeah, they do not like each other.
Wait, you two know each other? Why didn't anyone tell me?
Shut up,
Zayne
Fauci.
and I met at Mount Eternal. However, it was a brief encounter.
Oh, that must not have...
I remember. I didn't expect us to meet again here.
When Benedict is introduced, I learned he was once a distinguished doctor. Oh, okay. He served as a mentor for a group of recruits during the Battle of Mount Eternal. However, he withdrew from the position at the halfway point for personal reasons. Hmm.
We're not officially open to the public yet, but this sanatorium has already become the preferred choice for many patients. As the director, I'm truly grateful that everyone has embraced the philosophy of the Fountain of Vitae.
Hmm. Through the glass walls lining both sides of the corridor, the sanatorium's new patients can be seen. They're undergoing a physical exam. Oh, CJ, what's AOE? I see acronyms. I'm like, I gotta know what it is. Each patient is accompanied by their assigned medical staff member. The checkups proceed quickly with virtually no waiting. Area of effect. Okay, thank you. When you hear rebirth cocoon, what comes to your mind?
Metamorphosis.
Outside the ascending elevator, a stark whiteness gradually gives way to green. A vibrant garden appears before us. And suddenly everything clicks. When someone returns from death's door, and this is the first thing they see, a crescent-shaped corridor encircles a towering tree, surrounded by emerald-like grass dotted with vibrant flowers. The area overlooks a circular azure lake. They feel like they've been given a second chance at life.
To be frank, we need Dr. Zayne's help to improve our experiment's success rate.
Oh, do you now? He speaks as if he's discussing statistics rather than matters of life and death. If there's still room for improvement, shouldn't you inform your patients about this so-called success rate?
They're aware. The patients who've been given terminal diagnoses voluntarily agreed to participate in the experiment. It's a deal with mutual consent. Besides, who would choose to wait for death's certainty when given the chance to roll the dice of fate?
Not everyone. As the elevator door opens, an unexpected gust makes me squint. Before me is an unfamiliar white corridor. It's empty and clean. The corridor is lined with separate rooms on both sides, and through their semi-transparent glass, I can see egg-shaped experimental pods. I keep thinking of those pods in Alien on the Nostromo. Here are the rebirth cocoons. Their mysterious nature has been revealed. Mounted on bases lined with energy circuits, they emit a gentle glow. Contrary to what we expected, Carter and Benedict seem quite willing to show us everything, because it's probably hidden in plain sight. Yet what we see feels like a meticulously crafted exhibition for the visitors. The light bathes everything in soft, warm tones to create a sort of cocoon effect. Even the air filtration system can be adjusted to simulate different scents based on mood. Every detail was made to spark a desire for life and create an illusion of truly being alive. A soft hum fills the air as the fluorescent blue energy flows through the tubes and rapidly enters the chamber. The connected monitor displays the rebirth cocoon's interior in real time. Inside, a young girl receiving treatment clutches her chest. She takes deep, labored breath. Pain covers her already pale face as she breaks into a cold sweat. Her hands tremble and she soon starts convulsing. She got an alien in her. Seconds after the device activates, her breathing steadies at a remarkable rate, and her convulsions stop. As time passes, her breathing finally becomes regular. Exhausted, she closes her eyes and seemingly drifts into a deep, dreamless slumber. The video feed sparkles with light as text appears to indicate the treatment is complete. But is the cure worse than the disease? Benedict presses a button on the wall, and the treatment room smart glass returns to its opaque, milky white state. Is that a
Dr.
show for
Zayne,
us?
These should interest you the most. The treatment consists of 7 sessions. Patients show significant improvement in health indicators after each one.
He hands over a document that contains experimental data from several test subjects. Zayne's gaze lingers on the first page for half a second before turning to Carter, who's standing to the side with a self-satisfied look.
I won't be sugarcoating anything.
He usually
Your
doesn't.
experiment has failed to meet its objectives. You've lost control of the cellular mutation process.
You could have used a little bit of sugar.
Don't you know who you're dealing with? Zayne hardly sugarcoats anything. Unless he wants something from you. Then, then he will. But for the most part, he's blunt as hell.
Zayne, the rebirth cocoon is our most successful experimental product to date. Our ultimate goal is to achieve humanity's perfect form through genetic and cellular reconstruction.
Without a hint of emotion, Zayne glances at him. Then he taps the data success rate column with his knuckle.
These numbers are far from perfect.
Someone's using his expertise well.
As the creator of X-Art, I can tell you that your so-called success merely uses the existing technology to temporarily delay the disease's progression. And if it fails, there's a likely chance that the patients will transform. Then they'll begin to turn into wanderers.
Every treatment carries risks. If we only relied on your safe methods, then...
Zayne closes the files and hands them back to Benedict. His expression remains calm throughout the exchange.
Of course. I understand you're challenging the impossible. That's why I decided to join. I enjoy challenging the impossible.
As they continue their thoughtful verbal sparring, my gaze is drawn to the curved floor-to-ceiling window beside us. Outside, patients in white hospital gowns walk across the verdant lawn. They create an unexpectedly peaceful scene. At that moment, my heart detects a strange energy. It pulls me forward. Okay, this is not good. This feeling is just like before when I was in the ruins of the Gaia Research Center. So something's calling me because I have the ether core and the spatium core in my heart. Yeah, his name is Benedict. There's one that's Benedict and the other one is Carter. I gently nudge Zayne. He understands and takes a step to converse with Benedict and Carter. Then he successfully leads them away. After making sure no one's around, I slip into the descending elevator. All right, let's go on this mission.
You're not allowed in there, miss.
I see.
You can't go there either.
Well, where can I go?
Miss, visitors are restricted to the public areas on the first and second floors. We aim to respect our patients' privacy.
I'm betting on both of them, CJ. I turn to meet the receptionist's polite yet wary gaze and nod. All right, then, I'll head back. It was that way, right? I point to a spot in the distance. Confused, the receptionist turns to look, and I prepare to make my escape. But I'm yanked by the hem of my top. Who the? The faint energy I've sensed disappears. So who pulled on my clothes? Oh, well, I guess we're going to find out, huh? Oh, Benedict Arnold. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. In the hallway, the receptionist has finally noticed my disappearance and is looking everywhere for me. Oldest trick in the book. What's that? Sliding door closes. I turn around, cautious, only to find myself face to face with someone familiar.
You're the young lady who accompanied Dr. Zayne.
Oh, okay. So this is Karen. Literally, her name is Karen.
Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Karen, a patient with Protocore syndrome.
Nice to meet you. Sliver of light from the outside filters through the Venetian blinds. It illuminates her gentle features. Yeah, when they don't have any faces, that NPC usually doesn't have a whole lot to do. When they give the NPC like full facial features, then you know they're gonna figure in story.
I know you and Dr. Zayne are here to investigate the Fountain of Ate, or rather, the Rebirth Cocoon. However, the press conference for it is coming up, and you're not the only ones keeping an eye on things.
You said exactly what I was thinking. Are you also undercover so you can gather information? She nods, but after a moment passes, she shakes her head.
Sort of. My original reason for coming here was simple. I wanted to live. Isn't it strange? After all, I was a war correspondent who once risked everything on the battlefield. Yet
She
after
sounds like
returning
she
to
tries to
civilian life,
super real.
I'm afraid of death. I even believed in far-fetched promises.
Instead of wanting to see the manager, she wants to see the head doctor. When it comes to matters of life and death, I have no right to judge, let alone interfere with others' choices. Yet I also wondered, if I were a patient, would I pin my hopes on this experiment despite knowing full well how absurd it is? Some people are desperate, but I hesitate, unsure if I should reveal what I know.
You want to say that this experiment is turning people into monsters. Those things called the Alterum. I was there during the Battle of Mount Eternal.
Oh,
I
she
saw
was?
people transform into monsters with my own eyes.
Dang.
Whether you're trying to stop it or investigate it, 2 people won't be enough to treat this as a simple matter.
She turns around and opens a drawer. She takes out a small, elegant notebook and hands it to me.
This may seem sudden, but I need your help. And I believe you might need mine as well.
Convenient.
It'll be necessary to prevent this press conference from taking place.
But why would you... Questions flood my mind, but I can't find the right one to ask.
As it stands, I'm their most successful test subject.
That visitor just disappeared around here.
The receptionist I managed to shake off earlier hurries toward us. Karen responds with a slight smile.
Take this with you. When you get out, tell them you saw the patient in room A107 faint. You were just escorting me back to my room.
Thank you. Thank you for the cover story. I understand. Thank you. Is that for real, CJ? I understand. Thank you.
Miss, how did you end
Wow.
up here? Is there anything I can help you with?
I guess they'll put the information about all the voice actors, except for the voice actors for the love interest. That needs to never be revealed because some obsessive fans are just nuts. Just saying. Um, hmm. Oh, I was just walking around. You should check in on her. For my first visit to the sanatorium, uncovering these crucial leads is more than I could have hoped for. So many people use those they, she, they, them, non binary, whatever. Some folks are just confused. As for those secrets that lie deeper in a shroud of mystery and finding a way to stop Carter and Benedict's plans, that will take more time. I wonder how Zayne is doing. I should act like I don't know anything when I meet up with him. Pushing these thoughts aside, I carefully hide the notebook on my person before heading toward the main white building. As the tour is about to end, Carter is once again urgently called away by his assistant.
As the creator of Exhart, seeing your technology destroyed because of a momentary lapse in judgment.
Dang, y'all throwing some serious shade at my
Do
boy.
you feel regret or disbelief? I had imagined both reactions, yet I see neither on your face.
You must have been away from the operating room for too long, Mr. Benedict. You seem to have forgotten that showing emotions on one's face is the most ill-advisable thing a doctor can do.
Bam! Benedict smiles and chooses to ignore the sarcasm.
I'll be honest. I don't trust you, Dr. Zayne. But no one else has your outstanding qualifications and experience. It's precisely why I want to bring you on board, even when I know you don't agree with our philosophy.
Since you're being candid, Mr. Benedict, I'll also discard the pleasantries. As I've said, I want to challenge the impossible. We each have something to gain, no? This collaboration could work.
Is challenging the impossible your only reason? Will you really let others handle your life's work? Don't you want to find out who created those Alterum?
You certainly enjoy speculating about others' feelings.
I just can't help but wonder. If your bold experiment back then was completed, would the results have been different? In any case, Miss Hunter will tell you about her impressions of the tour after she's done with her disappearing act.
Disappearing act? Is that what you call it? I didn't like you before, but I really don't like you now. The clamor from downstairs seeps through the window and causes subtle vibrations in the air. Calm as always, Zayne meets his gaze.
I look forward to our cooperation in the future.
Okay, so go to Thawing Snow. And just like that, our first tour comes to an end. After leaving the sanatorium, life with Zayne seems to have returned to normal. Keyword seems to have returned to normal. Barely finding a moment's rest, he rushes between Oxo Hospital and the sanatorium. For the time being, Ever seems preoccupied with their grand vision with the Fountain of Tay. The leads related to the ether core have also gone cold. Meanwhile, protocore syndrome cases are multiplying at an incredible rate. Oxo Hospital's emergency room is constantly overwhelmed. CJ, so she was probably one of those OG ones. Yeah, I give mad respect to those. We're just like, yeah, we were gay before it was fashionable. Meanwhile, protocore syndrome cases are multiple. I said that all right. Okay. Let's see. Medical teams worldwide continue to test new treatments, but the results remain disappointingly ineffective. As if a deity somewhere in the cosmos and uncertain about the world's fate keeps listlessly rolling the dice again and again. Here we are in ER.
Aren't you supposed to save people's lives?
Oh, there's Grayson.
My wife is critically ill, and you're
This
just
is
letting
Harry
her
Potter
die.
look to him.
Where's Dr. Zayne? Isn't he the leading expert on protocore syndrome? Why can't he see us first?
Doctor, my child was perfectly fine yesterday. Why did the condition worsen?
In the break room for the Division of Cardiac Surgery, the doctors and nurses can finally get a few minutes of rest. Exhausted, they slump into their chairs.
We're humans, not gods. We want to take care of everyone too.
I don't know, CJ. I bet you he does.
In 3 days, Ever will officially
It could be a
unveil the
female
rebirth
voice. I don't know.
cocoon at their press conference. It is designed to treat protocore syndrome. We interviewed Ms. Karen, one of the first patients who underwent this treatment. She will appear at the press conference. We might be witnessing a
The
medical
press conference that
revolution.
can't be allowed
Only
to
time will
happen.
tell.
Everyone remains silent as they watch through the transparent partition in the door. From the corridor, they observe Zayne's focused expression.
Isn't Dr. Zayne supposed to be on leave?
He's supposed to be.
Officially, maybe. I bet he's just busy with other projects.
Things just aren't the same without Dr. Zayne here. Seeing him around makes me feel at ease. It doesn't matter how exhausted I am.
Yvonne lets out a deep sigh and turns to open the storage cabinet. With practiced ease, she breaks 2 dietary glucose sticks to hand out to her colleagues behind her.
Let's eat these and give it our all.
And get that sugar hit.
Doctor, if I get sick, will I turn into a monster?
No.
Really? Lou from the bed next to me said these crystals will eat us and turn us into big monsters.
Dr. Zayne, I'd like to process my child's discharge papers. If you could...
Lexi's condition has shown improvement. I advise you not to transfer hospitals at this time.
See, he's got the doctor voice now. Told you.
But everyone's saying Ever has a new treatment. We really want to try it.
The pulmonary artery aneurysm has ruptured. There is insufficient blood volume for circulation. Dr. Zayne, we can pronounce the time of death.
That's messed up. It's not in surgery. Why would they have a mask on? Okay, well, I don't know. That's just me.
Time of death, 2:23 a.m. Notify the family.
Well, I guess they didn't get saved at Ever. Using the wall to support himself, a teenager in a warm green hoodie staggers along. He stops to catch his breath after every step. Is this the one that escaped from Ever? Let's see. Every organ feels twisted and turned inside out. His nerves scream from the agony and pain. They threaten to rob him of his strength to stand. His vision blurs as he collapses against the wall. His arms shake controllably as he tries to brace himself. Something races beneath his skin. Aw, shoot. That's not good. That's not good.
I'm not a monster. I don't want to become a monster.
This reminds me of Demon Slayer. When the people become monsters, they become demons. And then after they are dealt like the mortal blow by one of the Hashira, it's like you see what their life was before they became a demon. The violent urge surges through him once again as he stares at his hands. They're covered in sharp crystals. He's fighting against the impulse to plunge them into his own heart. Damn. Yet he can't bring himself to do it. Cold snowflakes fall onto his body that's reached a fever pitch. A man's steady footsteps approach. Oh, shoot, is this Dawnbreaker? He stands at the end of the road, his tall figure nearly blocking out all light from the street lamp. The teenager can still make him out, however. Ah, shoot.
You're the killer. Or the doctor. We meet again. This isn't a coincidence. I'm here specifically because of you.
The freaking angel of death. Ugh.
Is that so? Am I turning into a monster?
He forces his eyes to close for a moment. Even his vision is starting to blur. The man clad in black slowly approaches him. The teen feels an unexpected sense of peace.
I knew you'd save me.
Just as something foreign bursts through his skin to strike at the man before him, the teen hears the crystalline sound of ice.
It'll be over soon.
Dang.
The patient in room A103 is experiencing memory loss, continual emotional detachment, and exhibiting behavioral patterns that differ from usual. 3 days after entering the rebirth cocoon, the boy from room A210 disappeared without a trace. The patient from room A379 experienced a violent
taking
episode while awaiting
observations.
treatment. The rebirth cocoon's performance has improved. I was chosen as the ideal test subject. They believe I'm the closest to success.
The notes Karen gave me consist almost entirely of observation reports on the other test subjects. Her journalist instincts made her distrust this research project from the start. She had already noticed something was off about it. Oh, Chef Nation says, I'm just going to say it. We need a story time with Lorena reading some Lord of the Rings or something. I would love to read Lord of the Rings. I would love to read Lord of the Rings. I will. I'll put that on the idea pile, because I love to read books. I so do. Let's see. Arceus, hello and welcome. I'm not a Love and DeepSpace player, but I just heard news this story is depressing. Yeah, I heard that too. We gonna see. Get through it. Although I do love those like heart-wrenching stories. Yeah. Could always try to get a job doing an audiobook for someone. That's a good point, CJ. I'm about to look into that. Something I wouldn't have to get made up for. This is a worn crease photo slips out from between the notebook pages. Its edges reveal the countless times it's been handled. This is her daughter's photo. In the photo, Karen is holding a little girl who's no more than 3. Both of them are smiling at the camera. Is that her daughter? Oh, wow, CJ, I'd appreciate a connection with that. Thanks. I quickly understand why she wants to live despite her doubts about this project. Obviously, she wants to see her baby grow up. When did you get back? And which one am I talking to? Which personality am I talking to? The breaking dawn appears outside the window as the sky grows brighter. Perhaps it's just my imagination, but I think I see those black ice crystals on his arm again. You know what? Now I think I really get why they call him Dawnbreaker. I mean, you can't be going out doing your serial killing during the day when you're supposed to be working as a doctor. So apparently he goes out like at night, and like right when dawn breaks, he's getting back in from euthanizing people who've turned into wanderers, you'd say. Zayne watches me without saying a word. I realized that I only came over last night to help feed Shiki, but I got so caught up in analyzing the clues that I accidentally fell asleep on the couch. That's me. I'm one of those couch sleepers too. I would just love to pass out on the couch. Arceus says, I always wonder, do they get reborn or something? I think there's some past lives thing that's going on. I'm still pretty new to playing the game, but I think the past lives are those myths that they have for each character. Like I said, I'm pretty new at playing the game, so we shall see. Sorry, I went a little overboard when I made myself at home. A moment passes and a faint smile tugs at the corner of his lips.
Is there a passcode in this house that you don't know?
I clear my throat and hand him the notebook. I try to prevent us from getting sidetracked. And he is very good at getting me sidetracked. In any case, I believe Karen is our best lead right now. Recently, Ever has made a public announcement about their best test subject, who will make an appearance at the press conference. Unlike those big spenders and socialites, Karen has a positive, approachable image, which is a complete opposite of what a stereotypical Karen is. She also has a good reputation in the eyes of the general public. They're trying to use her to build public support and convince more people to believe in their cause. By giving me these notes, she probably hopes I'll help her stop the press conference or even put an end to the project altogether. So I thought, don't sidetrack me. For a while, I've been talking to myself, and then he hugs me from behind. Well, Zayne, you're a little handsy right now.
Yes, I'm listening.
Are you, though? As I hear that voice. Are you, though? His embrace is gentle, as if the slightest touch might shatter something fragile. Did something happen?
It's cold.
To think someone who's like snow could feel chilly, I paused before turning around to embrace him. I'm like a lizard. I'm always cold. I'll stop talking about Ever. But if you're really tired, please, please make sure you rest properly. Will you do that for me? Because you get kind of tired, euthanizing wanderers and whatnot. Oh, yeah. Me girlies are getting real well fed with this game. Okay, so let's see. Got countdown. I see over 85 of you guys watching between YouTube and X. So thank you so much for being here. Trying to finish the Death and Rebirth update to the main storyline for Love and DeepSpace. They dropped a lot on us, so slugging in a good way, slugging through it. There are less than 36 hours remaining until the press conference for the Fountain of Atay. Before returning to the sanatorium to stop it, Zayne and I quickly come up with a plan. I need to approach Miss Karen again to figure out a surefire way. Meanwhile, Zayne, who already has connected with the core researchers, will cover for me. Whether it's diseases, wanderers, or the alterum, they all stem from humanity's instinctive fear of things beyond their control. The deeper this fake fear takes root, the more likely people are to mistake absurdity for miracles. That's deep. And whenever ever appears as a savior, they will gain a congregation of devoted followers. Zayne, the energy source I detected wasn't my imagination. I'm still not confident in utilizing the spatium core, but another visit might help us discover something new.
All right.
Zayne nods. I was prepared for a lecture about not abusing my power, but he says nothing. Here, put it on. To ensure the mission runs smoothly, I've borrowed cutting edge equipment from the association. I don't think they're going to miss it. Well, tell them I need it for a reason. State-of-the-art invisible earpiece modified by engineering prodigy Simone. Simone is an NPC where you see her face. She's actually quite hot. Is now no bigger than a grain of rice. I also have a small energy firearm. It's capable of bypassing most detection systems currently in use. And yet, Barceas, you will need a good device to keep up with this game. I have this is running on an iPhone 15 right now. But I have an iPad that's like a couple generations back. Tried to put Love and DeepSpace on there. I mean, it'll run, but it runs like a pregnant elephant. It's not that great. I place the earpiece in my ear and gesture for him to come closer. Zayne obliges and leans down. One cough to turn the mic on, 2 coughs to turn it off, and a tap to adjust the volume.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not sure why you're being so polite, but as soon as the comms channel opens, deafening audio feedback blasts my eardrums and I clutch my ears in pain. That feedback sucks. I stagger back, and just before Shiki's mischievous attempt to trip me succeeds, Zayne catches me by the waist. He can't help but laugh. This is the first time in days I have seen genuine joy in Zayne's expression. I frantically clamp my hand over his mouth. Don't make fun of me. Wait until I adjust the volume before you speak. You don't blast my eardrums. I can feel his smile widening beneath my fingers as I use the other hand to adjust the earpiece. Sound check. Zayne, say something.
You've never asked about the reason for why I picked that as my research topic back in medical school.
Because I figured that was your business. I mean, it's kind of funny, for real. I've had some guys say, you don't seem really interested in X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, well, I don't like to pry a whole lot. I just don't. That's just me. Doesn't mean I don't care. It's just, I don't really feel like getting super nosy unless I have to. This happens. I figure you tell me in your own time. But he's interested in asking, which is why he's using the phone sex voice. He remains close to me, his breath warm against my ear. It's almost like I can hear his heartbeat. The path of medicine is a noble pursuit, Dr. Zayne. You strive for academic excellence. You also want to find a meaningful purpose in life. Arceus, you need a really good phone or mobile device, because this game is exclusively on mobile. They need to put it on PC. I think eventually it will wind up being on PC just because of how much in resources this game takes up. So they're going to have to eventually put it on PC. Because so many people are annoyed how they have to dump, data just so they can play the game.
It's a good guess.
So back then, when you decided to destroy what could have been a world-changing discovery, you didn't hesitate? Because it's like, it must have been really bad, to torch research like that. It's the kind of honor most people would cherish for a lifetime, yet he seems genuinely unbothered by it. Zayne must have chosen to stop the experiment because he foresaw the consequences of its potential misuse. And how many movies and TV have we seen where it's just like they do all this research but find out that it is, if it gets out, it is so detrimental to people's lives that it's just like in Terminator. You know what? We have to destroy all of it, all the chips, including the one in Arnold Schwarzenegger's head in Terminator 2. They destroy all of it. So I get it. Zayne must have chosen to stop the experiment because he foresaw the consequences of its potential misuse. Mm-hmm.
I had considered including your name in the acknowledgments of my paper.
Oh, really? That's such a nerdy way to give props. To include somebody's name on your research paper. Yeah. You only thought about it? You didn't actually do it? I'm offended.
It wouldn't have been right for our names to appear on the same piece of paper without your permission.
Before I can process the meaning behind his words, a rustling sound suddenly comes from the window. A piece of bean-shaped ruby chocolate falls, clattering, it rolls to my feet. I look up to see the last pack of chocolate snacks from the cabinet has been taken down and torn open on the floor. Yeah, that's a pet thing for real. Shiki lifts his face from the snack package, which is bigger than his head, and licks the chocolate residue off of his nose. Chocolate to dogs is dangerous, but since this is some magical creature. Yeah, all right. Wait, what did you eat? My body moves before my mind can catch up. I quickly pick up Shiki and check the empty package. You ate all the chocolate. Animals aren't supposed to eat that. Yeah, my cat's like that too. If he smells something he wants, I've seen him try to jump up into the closet where I keep the treats to try to get the treat thing. You can't trust him. As noon approaches, the car enters the sanatorium parking lot. Since Zayne holds an internal role here, he's been granted limited clearance to the facility. I plan to slip in while he keeps the receptionist distracted.
Safety.
Yeah, you too. He can sweet talk the receptionist. He doesn't look back when he leaves, but he subtly raises his hand for a quick 5-5 as our position shielded from view. I like that. That's cute. With my biosignature concealed, the omnipresent security camera scan doesn't trigger anything. The red indicators blink before moving on. Dimitri might be crazy, but I have to admit the ID camouflage chip he gave me is really useful. So it's like the cloak of invisibility, pretty much, what it's like. The lush trees and flower beds scattered throughout the sanatorium provide the perfect cover. Dodging staff members in the courtyard, I make my way to room A107 from memory. That's where Karen is. The staff will change shifts at approximately 12 p.m. There's a small window of time. To be more specific, there's a small window of time where no one checks the rooms. My shoes scrape against the smooth wall as I wait for the staff to leave. Once they're gone, I slip in through the window. Karen's eyes widen slightly at my entrance, but she remains quiet. Sorry, with the press conference coming up, they tightened security. I could only use this method to visit.
I expected as much. You're clever for figuring out how to find the perfect moment.
I understood the message you sent when you gave me those notes. That's why I'm here. Are you really going to give up? If we take this chance, you might actually have a shot at making a full recovery. Karen shakes her head.
After surviving so many close calls on the battlefield, I'd say death has already been more than generous.
She reveals a peaceful smile and looks at the sunlight streaming through the window.
When I first entered the cocoon, I dreamed. And in that dream, I had made a full recovery. I got to watch my daughter grow up. I was there for every important moment of her life. At her wedding, I hugged her while crying. But the face reflected in her eyes was unmistakably that of a horrifying monster.
Oh, dang. Her gaze dims. Outside the window, I'm going too fast, Infold. Outside the window, a butterfly drawn to the artificial flowers in the vase crashes against the glass again and again.
When I came to my senses, I realized I wasn't hugging her. My hands were around her throat.
Oh, dang, that is
I
messed
only
up.
wanted to hug her. So why did I make her cry?
Sensing my hesitation, she pulls the IV line from the back of her hand.
My dear, have you heard of Zhuangzi's butterfly dream? I've always wondered who was really dreaming. Was it the butterfly or Zhuangzi himself?
I have no
I
idea
can't
who
tell
that
who
is.
I am anymore. Then the whole world has become my cocoon. The time I still have doesn't matter. I've made my decision.
What would you like me to do?
The press conference is scheduled for noon tomorrow, less than 24 hours from now. In an hour, they'll place me in the cocoon for my final You need to locate the cocoon's power supply and cut it off completely.
No. The cocoon is connected directly to the test subject's consciousness. Sudden disconnection can lead to unpredictable effects on her already fragile body.
Don't worry about me. I'm prepared to face the consequences. Finding a suitable test subject like me isn't easy. Trust me, this is the best way to stop them.
I'll find a way to get you out of there.
Even if you could carry me, my body wouldn't survive a strenuous escape.
I know she's right. Once the guard's shift ends, they'll quickly discover their most important patient has disappeared. Every exit in the sanatorium will be sealed off by then.
If this is to be my final battleground, then you must help me. Please.
I understand. After leaving room A107, I move quickly without any hesitation and stay out of sight.
Did you hear? Patient A379 suddenly lost control and became violent just now.
It's fine.
What?
Dr. Carter said that was normal.
Really? Along the way, I quietly took down several orderlies and receptionists who spotted me. The sanatorium is massive and many areas are restricted. A blind search could last until nightfall and still be a failure. What I sensed that day must have been the cocoon's energy core. Okay, so what's in it? Spatium core? I take a deep breath and activate the spatium core's power once more. My vision ripples and expands like waves. A faint energy trail leads me forward like a guiding thread. Kind of like that thread in Hogwarts Legacy. I haven't played that in so long. My drifting consciousness slowly seeps through the sanatorium's public areas, the garden, and through each patient's room. If I can just find the energy control hub. Following the faint energy pulse, I find myself at the end of the corridor that connects the public area to the garden. There's a door that's almost seamlessly integrated into the wall. Without hesitating, I push it open. What's up? A large enclosed space gradually reveals itself. Behind this door lies an unexpectedly serene forest. Strange, there are no guards present. Only an unsettling silence hangs in the air. It's almost too quiet. My watch hasn't sounded any alarms, and there are no detectable signs of biological activity among the vegetation. So no bugs, right? Energy source's pull grows stronger as it tugs at the power flowing within me. It's as if I'm being guided in a specific direction. Past the forest winding path, unexpectedly, an old building comes into view. That must be it. The energy readings are at their strongest there. Something tells me I'm going to find more than I bargained for. It's a little too easy. Trustworthy colleague. Okay. With Zayne's help these past few days, the cocoon's data and performance have shown improvement. Carter is in high spirits. He genuinely believes his junior has switched to the dark side. No has finally seen the light.
I remember you were sitting right next to me when we talked for the first time. Do you want to join my research team? Before that, we all thought you were just some stuck-up child prodigy.
Dr. Noah used to say that one person can go fast, but a group can go far. Besides, your theoretical research was undeniably superior.
Now you just blowing smoke up his skirt, Zayne. A look of surprise appears on Carter's face.
Back then, you were the youngest and quietest out of everyone. Who knew you'd be the most forward-thinking, boldest student in the lab? You went ahead and performed what we didn't dare to imagine. And you'd pose what we didn't dare to ask to the most distinguished of professors, until they were left speechless.
Walking and talking as they pass through the streamlined skywalk, the two soon arrive at the sanatorium's central platform. As dusk approaches, light filters through the hemispherical dome-like delicate silk. It bathes the courtyard in soft, warm hues.
I understand that Ever wants to use tomorrow's press conference to improve the Fountain of Vitae's credibility. But the rebirth cocoon still needs to be further developed. It's not ready to be revealed to the public.
Why not? We've prepared the best testing equipment, and all the data will be presented to the public in the most accessible format. Besides, we already have a suitable candidate for a public demonstration.
He turns to Zayne and his voice becomes more eager.
Zayne, do you remember what I asked you the night Exart succeeded? I asked if you wanted to change the world with me.
Carter turns to survey the crowd in the garden below, his figure reminiscent of a smug creator gazing upon their creation.
We stand at the center of all our achievements. I assure you that success is within our grasp.
What exactly do you mean by success? Are you talking about unpredictable success rates? Or how quickly you dispose of your defective specimens when they fail?
Shots fired. The smile on Carter's face freezes, then it slowly disappears. Yeah.
In the past, they were patients you fought desperately to save.
Thanks for the reminder. I almost forgot how pathetically incompetent I used to be. Why is it that when I was a powerless doctor, the lives lost under my care were somehow forgivable? But when I strive to be a pioneer, you suddenly care about the injustice done to those who were already destined to die. When did you become such a coward, Zayne? That incident at Mount Eternal? Let me rephrase that.
Damn, you.
You've always been better at confronting death compared to me.
Damn, he went there. An uncontrollable impulse surges within him. Fortunately, a voice comes through his earpiece and pulls him back to reality. Yeah, because I know he about to lose it. Dylan says this is not Final Destination, Carter. I'm going to go see that on Sunday. Zayne, I found the location with the strongest energy signatures. Just in case, if you can get clearance from either Carter or Benedict. Zayne composes himself, discreetly tapping the area near his ear as acknowledgement. He looks at Carter. Pressing a finger against his chest, Carter's icy stare lands on Zayne. His mocking tone from earlier vanishes.
The heart beating in my chest belongs to someone else. I can't live an insignificant life.
That sounds like a personal problem on your your part, Carter.
I understand the meaning of death far better than you do.
Really?
If these sacrifices are necessary, then so be it.
Damn.
We're about to solve humanity's greatest dilemma, and you're still too young. Ugh!
FAFO. His limbs are forcefully frozen to the wall. The surveillance cameras freeze just as they turn, and their red indicators go dark. That means None of this footage is getting captured.
You? Zayne, you dare to freeze me?
The statute of limitations hasn't expired yet for your academic plagiarism.
Oh, damn. So not only is he an incompetent doctor, but he doesn't write his own stuff. Carter's briefly freed hand is sealed in ice once again, and his frantic struggling is frozen as an awkward, rigid pose. Darth Plato says, has it gotten nuts yet? Good seeing you. Oh, it's about to get nuts pretty soon.
You can't be serious. You're bringing this up now? The end justifies the means. Let me go!
It was a joke. But I need you to stay still for a while, Carter.
Are you planning to destroy the cocoon or cut off its power supply? The sanatorium has 6 independent operating systems. Pulling the plug won't be possible.
If this place allows someone with malicious intent like me to freely come and go, then that just shows how confident all of you are.
What are you actually trying to do?
I'm gonna burn this down. That's what I'm gonna do. Carter glares at him. His junior pauses thoughtfully before calmly shaking his head.
I won't tell you this time, Carter.
Wait.
I have a more trustworthy colleague to work with now.
He won't tell him this time? What happened last time?
You didn't come here alone this time. What's that girl up to?
Oh, wouldn't you like to know?
This is murder! You're taking away these patients' only chance at survival! Zayne, you ungrateful traitor! You might be smart, but you're weak and short-sighted. Security!
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work too well. Another layer of ice appears to seal his mouth shut.
You said this place was perfect for heart-to-heart conversations, since no one would disturb us. I'm afraid you'll have to stay frozen for a while. Carter, you're not doing this to save lives, nor are you doing it to save humanity. Everything you've done is to merely fill the emptiness and soothe the fear you have when confronting death.
Zayne takes out a palm-sized access card from Carter's pocket. Oh, shoot, I'm about to go gangster on people. Zayne's gaze doesn't meet his. It lands on Carter's heart instead.
I doubt the heart's donor wants it beating in the chest of an executioner.
Damn. What was that? Can't hear you. What was that? What was that? Like Chef Nation said, the tea is delicious. Perfect specimen. Okay, either this is about Karen or about me. It's about to go down. Okay. A holographic display takes up half my field of vision. The green dot representing Zayne is moving towards my position. Not expecting much. I take a deep breath and place my hand on the door. To my surprise, it opens with a gentle push. Light streams through the glass dome and lands on the floor. It reveals an elegantly decorated reception hall. Look at that marble on the floor. It's gorgeous. The space is completely empty. Only the sound of footsteps echoes to break the silence. Zayne, I've sent you the coordinates. That's where the energy core is.
Don't worry. I'm just...
Wait, what? As soon as my hand touches the railing for the staircase going up, the scene before me flickers and vanishes. The comms channel is dead. What? Who else knows about that? I pull my hand away and take half a step back. I turn as colors fade. What the heck is this? Like running water, they flow out from the ceiling, walls, and floor. They all melt into an endless expanse of pure white. It's like a white tomb.
I'm honored you decided to visit.
Benedict? Isn't this like in those movies where they shoot either like a dream scene or some weird place? It's like all in white. That's what this reminds me of. I hear a slightly amused voice behind me. I whirl around to find Benedict standing in the middle of the reception hall. I'm not sure when he first appeared. While I'm startled, I need to look composed right now. You've done a good job at preparing for the press conference, Mr. Benedict. It's going well without you. He touches the wall and the white space suddenly dissipates. It returns to its original form, a reception hall.
Miss Hunter, you should have been the most successful test subject. It's a shame you weren't one of ours. After all, every experiment here exists for one purpose, to create beings just like you.
Does everybody know about me? Well, Dr. Noah knew about me. Carter knows about me, which means Benedict knows about me. Darth Plato says it's either heaven or a Penn State game. There's that one bumper sticker that says, if God isn't a Penn State fan, then why is the sky blue and white? Just saying. Oh. Gunshot explodes in the empty reception hall. Who we shooting at? Oh, that's me. Okay. I'm tired of hearing you ever people talk about the same thing. Let's skip the formalities and get the fighting. Just as the bullet approaches him, crystal shards suddenly burst from his arm to pulverize a projectile. Is he an altar?
Oh, right. I forgot to mention something. I'm one of the cocoon's successful specimens.
The hell? You could have said that earlier. Yeah, he could have, but I quickly switch out the regular bullets in my magazine for energy rounds designed to fight wanderers. Then I shoot at him. But Benedict seems to have anticipated this. At his signal, several shadowy figures surge forth from the darkness. I shoot. Several altar move with inhuman speeds. Like savage beasts, they lunge towards me. All right, how am I going to get this? You're calling for backup already? I guess you aren't really a successful specimen. Quickly stepping to the side and spinning, I dodge in the nick of time. The altar crash into one another. I don't plan on dragging this fight out. Zayne will be here soon. Finding the energy core's location is the highest priority. I activate the spatium core sensing ability again. There's a faint energy signature coming from the top floor of the building. And then everything before my eyes becomes indistinguishable once again. As the light shifts and wavers, a thick fog appears out of nowhere. It rolls in and blurs even the faces of the Alterum.
Play with them for a while.
My senses stop working and my vision is plunged into an endless void. Overwhelming dizziness washes over me. Desperate, I try to stay conscious in spite of the vertigo, but my legs give out and I collapse into the cold floor. I know I've reached my limit. Just before I lose consciousness, the sounds around me fade. In the void, I feel someone firmly grab my wrist. The churning sensation of instability vanishes when I open my eyes.
Are you okay? Where does it hurt?
Hey. Under the flickering light, I could barely make out Zayne's worried expression. Probably because I'm about to pass the heck out. Before I can say I'm fine, a searing pain erupts from my chest and flows through my entire body. CJ, no, you didn't say brown chicken, brown cow. I press my hand against my chest, but the physical pressure does nothing to ease the pain.
Stop trying to sense it. You look pale.
I grab his hand, gritting my teeth. I tell Zayne everything that just happened. So did I like OD on using the spatium core?
Don't
shoot.
speak. Keep your breathing steady.
Okay. Zayne quickly surveys our surroundings. He pulls my arm over his shoulder and helps me walk. Is this still the new release or is this OG stuff? No, this is the new released stuff, CJ. They had their main story and then they were adding chapters to each story. So the last time they had a content update like this, I think was about a year ago. So this is adding like all to the main storyline. The canon, so to speak. Silas was last episode Darth played out. Silas is a side piece. This is Big Daddy Zayne, aka Husbando number 1. It's not there. Go straight past that barrier. We passed through the wall. The Alterum are right behind us, but it seems they were fooled by the elusive hologram. Are we gonna get to the cutscene yet? Where you get to see me shoot? Thankfully, this space hasn't been warped. Zayne pulls me into an empty room and slams the door. Ice covers it, but the Alterum have us cornered. They claw at the frost and create this sharp grating sound. Everything in front of me blurs into patches of color. I try to grab Zayne's hand again, but my strength fails me. My hand weakly slides down his sleeve. What does... Oh, wait, what are you shooting me up with?
Zayne?
What do you shoot me up with?
Why am I tied up?
It's done.
What are you doing to me?
A suppressant. The energy in your heart has surpassed your tolerance threshold. This will ease the strain.
Ooh, okay, I was worried there for a minute.
Better now.
I thought it was something crazy.
Zayne.
The suppressant won't last long. We need to leave now.
I mean, I don't mind being tied up, but this is... That's the gun with the special bullets in it. Yeah, but I'm kind of weak, so I can't really aim straight.
Fire.
You're still here. How do I...
Okay, let's roll. TMI, or did I say that out loud, CJ? Wait a minute. Did he just fire that gun sideways? He fired that gun sideways like a daggone gangster. If I find out he's got like a darn dragon tattoo on his back, yeah, not gonna lie, not gonna lie. This is pretty freaking hot.
If you take another step, I can't guarantee you'll get out of this alive.
Y'all see the smoke on the barrel too? I have never seen him look like this. I've never seen Zayne look like this. If you would have told me there was going to be this story where we see Zayne basically shooting a gun like a drug dealer, gangster, dang. I have so many questions, so many unanswered questions. Yeah, I'm taking a picture of this.
Dr. Zayne, a hunter firearm can't kill you, but a wanderer can.
Oh, this is really screwed up. All right, it's go time, y'all. Shoot. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I can jump down there. This is so freaking cool. I can't wait to clip this scene.
Then, he underestimated us. Not too hard. 30% of your evil should do.
I don't know if that's gonna work. More interesting than Thunderbolts. I would say so.
Cure. Extreme measures.
I don't know which cutscene I like better, that one or me with Silas that looks like something out of John Wick. Oh, really? Okay. I don't think I fought with the Dawnbreaker persona. Let's go. Let's see if I can get 3 stars this time.
Through the darkness.
Let's see a successful specimen.
With our combined strength.
Here I go.
Make sure to dodge the attack.
You won't escape.
That was fast.
See, Zayne will give me advice, but Silas will be smack talking throughout the whole entire thing.
This is a successful specimen?
Self-declared successful specimen.
My turn. Steady now. We can do
Man,
this.
wait till I play Stellar Blade and Expedition 33.
Is this what you want?
Zayne's my favorite though, because like I said, if it looks like
Here I go.
I'm really in trouble, he'll like create an ice barrier to save me from myself.
My turn. Now you can't.
I'll send it on a journey.
It's final journey.
Yep, there you go with the ice
Won't
arrow.
Keep with our combined strength. It is weak. Now's our chance. Keep your distance.
I'm gonna like wearing different hot outfits while playing Stellar Blade.
Leave it to me to recover.
I'm looking forward to
It's
it.
falling apart. We finished it in one attempt.
And it wasn't messy.
All done. 3 stars. How you doing? Good. That means I can pick up my diamonds. All right. After using up almost all of my ammunition, the Wanderer finally crashes to the ground but this isn't the end. The sound of regenerating flesh echoes throughout the building as the crystals on its body rapidly retract. It's as if they're being devoured. In just a few seconds, the Wanderer has completely regenerated and takes on Benedict's appearance.
Wait for an opening first, then we'll retreat. There's no point in continuing this fight.
Zayne is right. Benedict isn't our primary target right now. Just now, something about Zayne seemed off. That flash of black crystal. Daggone it, stop going so fast. That flash of black crystal, the killing intent, the cold indifference in his eyes, it all vanished in an instant. Maybe I imagined it. Strange uneasiness rises in my chest, but there's no time to dwell on it because we got a GTHO. I fire my last bullet at Benedict while a white mist fills the reception hall. There's another good example of my seamless coordination with Zayne. Yeah, he's my favorite one to shoot with. Because we right here.
Chance. Go.
Let's see, did we make it? With the altar at our heels, I lead Zayne towards the strongest energy signature I remember sensing in the building. Have you noticed how the Alterum are getting stronger? They're practically like living weapons. Could it be that after their consciousnesses are eroded, these failed test subjects are turned into tools that can be commanded? After taking down another Alterum that tried to attack us, I run toward a corner. The strongest energy signature was right behind a door. Where's the door?
Watch out.
As Frost immobilizes the guard who tried to ambush us, Zayne stands back to back with me. Both of us are on high alert. Part of the layout has changed again.
If this place is a projection, then changing the layout would be the quickest way to hide the energy core's location.
This is annoying. I have to find the energy signatures again.
Remember to not let your energy overload your heart. I don't have any more stabilizing injections.
Something tells me I'm not going to pay attention to that. Speaking of which, where did you get the one you gave me?
Knowing how a certain Miss Hunter tends to overuse her evil, I came prepared.
So I overuse my evil. He has a problem keeping his evil under control. We're perfect together. When you restrained me earlier, I swear you were going to freaking kill me.
It was because you were too strong.
Really? I place my hand on the wall. Energy surges through my veins as my sensing ability is magnified. The location becomes clearer. I'm certain the energy core is being held on the top floor. I found it. Follow me. Run and shoot. Last Alterum is knocked down to the area below. Only me and Zayne are on the top floor. At the end of the cold white corridor stands a single door. It's as if our only option is to move forward. This is it. Zayne and I exchange a quick glance before swiping Carter's ID card against the scanner.
Welcome to the Energy Core Control Room, Dr. Carter.
I think he does when he's in his persona, CJ. Because in the antidotes, you find out that even though Zayne's a doctor, but he's actually a combat medic and spent way too much time on Mount Eternal shooting people. I think it's his Dawnbreaker personality that makes him go in the room shooting at first. Once the door to the control room closes, a layer of ice covers it. Thick cables run across the area and they converge on a central pillar that emits a luminescent blue light. It's being powered by a protocore. In all its glory, this is Ever's crown jewel in the industry of protocore technology. If the energy pillar is destroyed, all ongoing experiments will immediately cease. In other words, Karen, who is currently undergoing an examination, will remain trapped in her cocoon. It could potentially cause irreversible damage to her body.
Are you worried she might regret her decision?
Maybe. But leave it there. I still believe I don't have the right to decide someone else's fate. Interesting words, considering one of Zayne's myths is that he is the master of fate. Zayne, once we shake these people off, let's find a way to get her out of here. I look at Zayne. Instead of dismissing it as impossible, he gives a slight nod.
I will always respect your decision. I believe in you.
Yeah, of course you do. What was that? Oh man, this freaking dude. This freaking guy. I can see Carter has arrived. Catching his breath, he's standing in the reception hall we were in earlier.
Zayne, leave this place, and don't you dare destroy that energy core.
Oh, he's so gonna destroy
how much
it.
time and effort we put into this?
Without a hint of emotion in his eyes, Zayne gives Carter a slight nod. Amidst the chaos, Benedict calmly stands behind the crowd. He smiles as he raises his hand to his ear.
You dropped your facade sooner than I expected, Dr. Zayne. Is it because of your sense of duty as a doctor, or a resolve driven by guilt?
Believing that you can guide humanity's fate so you can control life and death is the epitome of arrogance.
Isn't thinking you have the right to stop any experiment that crosses the boundaries of life just as arrogant? This is what the people in our era want. And in just a few centuries, or maybe even a few decades, history will remember this moment.
You have no right to speak of such things.
I
Why don't
heard
we
that.
watch and see how the future unfolds? Even if you've stopped Ms. Karen's experiment and prevented the press conference today, you can't stop the tide of progress.
It's more or less the same rhetoric. Did everyone had ever attained the same corporate seminar or something? They all got the same chip implanted, probably.
Ah, yes.
Or took the
I have
jab.
one more question I'd like to ask you, Dr. Zayne.
Really. The static in the comms channel suddenly falls silent and cuts off Carter's angry shouts. So he's manipulating it. All I can hear is Benedict's steady voice tinged with amusement alongside his breaths.
Back then, why did you choose to destroy something that could have shaken or even changed the world?
He asked the same exact question that I did. A sense of unease stirs as I glance at Zayne, who's maintaining his usual composure.
It couldn't be controlled. Any action beyond our control leads to unpredictable consequences.
Remember Dr. Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park explaining chaos theory? Yeah. Maybe it's because he uses evol too many times in quick succession. Delicate ice crystals are steadily creeping up Zayne's forearm. Yeah, that's what happens when this evil gets out of control.
Uncontrollable. I see. Your rationality is an absolute, the very thing that drives you to eliminate any possibility of losing control. It affects the smallest things about yourself to the greatest matters of this world.
Like I said before, Zayne is wrapped tighter than an airport sandwich. you can only keep that up for so long, which is probably why his personality splits in the Dawnbreaker. It's like a Lifetime movie.
That's why you killed William at Mount Eternal back then, yes?
He killed William at Mount Eternal because William begged him to kill him because he saw what was happening and what he was turning into. And Zayne didn't want to kill him. And William kept begging him to do it till he finally did. But see, I didn't know that.
You really are capable of such cruelty. You struck down your mentor and friend who fought beside you. Even I would have hesitated.
Actually, Benedict, he did.
Cut to the chase.
What do you want? A long time passes before Zayne's voice breaks the silence. Although his tone remains calm, his ragged breathing gives him away.
You're here to atone for your mistake. That much is certain. But you also wish to uncover what you think is the truth. For example, surely there must be an explanation for why those Alterum look so much like everyone who died at Mount Eternal.
In the tense undercurrents of this moment, a harsh truth slowly surfaces.
I'll tell you, those people at Mount Eternal were this experiment's first batch of failed specimens.
Dang. So that's why all of that popped off at Mount Eternal. Because no matter how many soldiers they sent in, people were just getting slaughtered.
Your companions, William, all your guilt and suffering, I'm the one who caused it.
Dang. I would totally explain if totally explanatory if Zayne killed him right now. His tone is almost nonchalant, yet every sentence is like a knife straight to the heart.
A discovery that could have shaken the world to its core, abandoned because of a moment of cowardice.
It's funny, he calls it cowardice, yet he has no idea what happened.
You made their deaths as meaningless as those of the failed Alterum.
This is why you got to read the antidotes. Because if you don't read the antidotes before this, you're going to be like, he did what now? Did he really kill them in cold blood? A wave of frost surges through the room. A bone-chilling cold grips the area. The windows, walls, from the windows to the wall. Sorry, that rap song just popped in my head. The windows, the walls, and the floor are sealed under thick layers of ice. They form intricate crystalline patterns. Zayne! The heck's going on? With each breath, the veins on his neck throb as black ice crystals spread rapidly across his skin. It's like they're trying to devour every last bit of his life force. Okay, his personality is about to split again. This isn't the Zayne I know. This is the merciless Grim Reaper who emerged from the depths of hell itself. Braylon says hashtag the cold did bother him anyway. All right. The door that had been sealed with ice bursts open. Having completed their transformations into wanderers, the Alterum try to overwhelm us like a tidal wave. As soon as they get close, sharp icicles pierce their chests. The shards of ice then explode outward like a violent storm. So he can throw exploding ice shards, okay. More Alterum advance. They crush the fallen ice crystals beneath their feet as they crawl over corpses to reach us. Dang, this is almost like The Walking Dead. All of the Alterum open and close their mouths in unison. They stutter and produce these unsettling sounds. No matter how hard he tries, Zayne can't make out what they're saying or see their faces clearly. The nightmare wraps around his body like a phantom. It coils behind him and whispers fate's curse into his ear.
Aren't you a doctor?
Am I going to die?
Pay for this. I didn't sacrifice everything just to become someone ordinary and powerless.
Carter got a self-esteem problem. Oh, dang. That voice just say, one day you will hurt her. He clutches his chest and feels as if the icy wind stabbed it. He stares at the corner of the tent, fluttering in the snowy gale with a distant, otherworldly gaze. This must be the flashback to Mount Eternal. William, who had just finished the surgery, pauses in surprise. Then he smiles and holds out his hand towards him.
Nightmare? If you can't sleep, then we can go for a walk.
Everything that just happened, it seems to have been a dream. He stares at his fingers, the blood, the girl's shocked expression. It was all just a dream. It was just a dream.
It's unfortunate we couldn't save the patient today. Don't be too hard on yourself. Back when I was doing research, failure meant you could always try again. But as a doctor, lives will only give you one chance. You know, I had these exact same feelings during my first mission as a military doctor.
The polar night hasn't disappeared. The dark blue sky appears to be almost within reach. This desolate land covered in a blanket of snow is always magnificent.
It took me a long time to realize that what we have to face isn't just the loss of a life and death itself. The way they look at you in their final moments, it's always the same. Time and time again. You'll have to see their fear and desperation when they're about to die.
William is deep in thought. Then, as if remembering something, he turns to Zayne and smiles.
By the way, did you hear my final plea when you killed me?
Oh, damn. How dare y'all do this? Actually, he did, which is why Zayne killed you. Because you kept begging him to do it. Because you didn't want to turn into a monster. He stares blankly at William's distorted face, and in the very next second, stop going so fast. In the very next second, ice shards have already pierced his chest. Once again, he sinks into the dark abyss of his consciousness. Dang. There are more of them. They're actually using the Alterum as weapons. I roll and find an opening in the wall of Alterum that's protecting Benedict. I aim my gun at him. But before I can pull the trigger, brilliant ice flies towards Benedict. Benedict smiles. He crushes the ice shard embedded in his chest. Oh, this is nuts.
You're different from the man I was talking to earlier.
You think?
I must say, you're skilled at saving and taking lives, Dr. Zayne.
With a slight gesture of his hand, the Alterum freeze in place like marionettes. They withdraw like receding water as if they received a silent command.
I hope you'll find your true path after our candid discussion.
Wow. So Benedict can control an Alterum army. Reminds me of something I just saw. I don't know if you're watching the anime Solo Leveling. If you haven't, you need to. It's so darn cool. Soon enough, only the two of us remain in the vast, cold, controlled room. Hey, Bonzo Kilborn. You just miss me and Zayne shooting at people. Creatures, anyway. Zayne, look at me. Look at me. Listen to me. Like a lifetime movie, I swear. Okay, come on. I need you to come back to me. No matter who Benedict is, I'll always keep a bullet just for him, starting today. That's the truth. Shoot. Zayne's labored breathing shows how intense the pain is. The black ice crystals emerge from his neck and continue to spread out. His ice-cold fingers are slowly slipping away from my palm. No, I can't have that happen. You need to wake up from this nightmare right now. I'm going to force feed you carrots. You better wake up. These hands that saved countless lives should never be stained with the pain and guilt that don't belong to them, especially not because of scum like Benedict. That's what I'm saying. Dude better watch his back. Zayne, you have to wake up. These few seconds feel like centuries, and then he finally raises his head to look at me. Zayne, which one am I talking to? Pain answers me instead. My consciousness shatters as I drift into the warm embrace of unconsciousness. Did he try to kill me? Before everything fades, my distant memories regroup and flood my mind. The ground is littered with the remains of wanderers. They're slowly dissipating. Meanwhile, searing pain burns my chest. Struggling to push myself up, I see my blood-stained hands are small and thin. Did this happen when I was little? Because remember, I was quote-unquote orphaned. I look up. There's a young man with a familiar face, but his expression is frighteningly cold and foreign. While I'm dazed, his face merges with Zayne's present-day appearance. They, from my memories and reality, approach me step by step.
Your existence is a mistake.
What?
You must be eliminated.
I'm sorry, what? It's as if black frost has covered his eyes. Having materialized in his raised hand, sharp ice crystals hurl themselves at me. Wait, you mean he tried to kill me before? Oh, this is depressing as hell. So he literally tried to kill me. Everybody thinks I'm a mistake. Shoot, Dimitri said I'm a mistake. The next day, the pristine sanatorium stands tall, immaculate, and serene. It's been restored to the point where yesterday's attack might have never happened at all. So they got to get cleanup crew.
Wherever and whenever you need us, we will provide you with healthcare services of the highest quality.
CJ says, oh no, he's turned into a Dalek. I got that joke. The couple episodes of Doctor Who I saw. In the courtyard, A gentle breeze caresses the grass kissed by early morning light. A cocoon hangs on a delicate swaying flower. The faint sounds of struggle can be heard from within. Light reveals the outline of tightly folded wings behind its translucent walls. Moist and tender, it breaks free from its cocoon, and in the refreshing air of rebirth, those wings slowly take to the skies. I don't know if that's supposed to be an allegory for Karen. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, the land of no return. My heart constricts as sharp pain courses through every fiber of my being. My consciousness sinks into a blurry darkness. Footsteps that are close by sound distant, as if they're muffled under a glacier. Hey Charles, how you doing? Welcome. Zayne, is that you? He stops in his tracks as if he heard me. He doesn't take the candy or freeze the melting popsicle I offer him.
Stay away from me! I'm sorry.
What did I do? A box sits on the doorstep. Wisps of cold air drift inside it. Inside the box lie 3 misshapen snowballs, remnants from when Zayne was still learning how to use his evil as a kid. Really? Zayne knows I got hit with ice when watching the seals, and now he made snowballs to tease me. Now, it wasn't until I met him like 14 years later, that scene when we were in the restaurant and he was really rude, acting like he didn't freaking know me. And then I brought this whole thing up about getting hit with ice by the seals. And I said, you sent me these snowballs the next day at my house to tease me. And he was like, no, it wasn't to tease you. And then he made like this seal with ice, perfectly formed like seal. So yeah, so they weren't like, he worked on his evil a lot more, but I thought they were just snowballs that never melted. I had no idea that they were seals. So I think he did that to try to make me feel better. But for some reason, he wants to stay away from me. I heard footsteps. Did he already leave? I don't see anyone nearby. As I hold the box close, an inexplicable sense of loss washes over me. I want to say his name, but something catches in my throat. It silences my voice. Oh man, that was effed up. Zayne? Trying to say his name. Zayne. I'm probably high on painkillers too. I managed to finally call out his name, yet when I open my eyes, I find myself staring at a dimly lit ceiling. As my foggy consciousness slowly clears, I realize I'm lying down in a room at Axel Hospital.
Due to Miss Karen's poor health, Ever's press conference for today has been canceled. Mr. Benedict, the director of Val Sanatorium, stated that the patient's well-being takes precedence over the event.
CJ, I gotta laugh at that because one of my girlfriends used to say the same thing. She's like, I can't keep your men straight. I'm like, what's going on? A hand waves before me. Its owner's lips move as they say something I can't make out.
How many fingers am I holding up?
I don't know, 3? Looking down, I see my wounds have been bandaged and the pain has mostly subsided. I sit up and take Yvonne's hand. Where's Zayne?
Oh, you're awake. Thank goodness you're okay. You had cardiac energy overload and some minor injuries when Dr. Zayne brought you in.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
We asked him what happened, but he wouldn't say anything. He stayed in this room until your vital signs stabilized.
As she speaks, Yvonne leans in. Her expression becomes more serious.
I heard from Grayson that Dr. Zayne went to the director's office to submit his resignation letter.
What? Resignation? What? That's what I said.
There's a loud commotion in the office. I've never seen the director that angry before.
Sponge bath time.
He didn't approve it and gave Dr. Zayne an extended leave. Then he told him to go home and think things through.
Why would he resign?
Dr. Zayne didn't hesitate at all. But before he left the hospital, he asked us to take good care of you.
Okay. I try to force myself to smile, but I can't. Only one thought is in my mind. Yeah, I'm about to find this dude.
Wait, you can't just...
Yes, I can. I can roll right out this hospital.
Please, be careful.
I'm sorry. We haven't seen him.
Okay, so he's not at the coffee shop. He's a coffee addict too.
Sorry, we haven't seen anyone who matches your description.
Dr. Zayne. A few days ago, he said he'd be traveling to remote... Oh, you must be that young lady. This is our new menu item for today. Would you like it to go?
I don't think I can really eat right now.
Wait! Dr. Zayne already paid for it.
Zayne's home, his favorite dessert place, the cafe near Oxo Hospital. I visited every place I could think of. But there was no trace of him anywhere. Late into the night, I enter the passcode to his house again. I'm clinging onto one final hope. The room is shrouded in darkness. Snowflakes drift in through the gaps of the floor to ceiling windows. Let me guess, he's not answering his phone.
Currently unavailable. Please try again later.
Memories that are no longer dormant slowly flood my mind again. I've seen those black ice crystals and that pained look on his face before. In my childhood memories, Zayne moved away while carrying a heavy, unspoken guilt. Okay, so in the main story, you find out that my character meets Zayne again. He's like my primary care physician. I haven't seen him for 14 years. And they didn't really explain why. It's just like, she says, you brought me those snowballs. And she was like, who would have thought that that was the last time that I would see you? So I'm like, why did he even leave? Well, let's see. This bad habit of disappearing has existed even back then. I would disappear because he can't face me. For a lot of reasons, for just all the stuff that's going on. I hear a faint whimper in the cold. I raise my head and rub my stinging eyes to see Shiki. Yeah, this is like, makeup's running. He's been crying for days. It's like, where the heck is he at? It's you. At least the mystical dog stayed. As if he understands me, Shiki leaps onto the sofa and gently places his paw on my knee. I feel like I've tried everything, but I still can't find him. I hold Shiki close, my trembling voice barely above a whisper. I didn't realize it cracked until now. Please, can you help me one more time? Take me to him. Zayne's gone, yeah, and I still get to pick up time. Time passes, then Shiki obediently jumps down, sniffs the blanket on the sofa that carries Zayne's scent, and runs towards the half-open door. Ah, shoot, we in a graveyard? In the darkest hours of the night, it's snowing again. Large snowflakes dance around the glowing streetlights. They settle on rooftops, streets, passing cars, and the shoulders of pedestrians. After running for a long time, Shiki stops in front of a pitch black fence. He circles it a few times before signaling me to follow him. Where am I? The street light illuminates the faded writing on a sign. This is the public cemetery in Lincoln City. It's also the final resting place for those who have no place to call home. So it's basically a potter's field, I guess. Shiki quickly vanishes into the darkness. I steel myself before running after him. Starbucks. As soon as I see that familiar figure, my heart leaps violently in my chest. Zayne! I said I probably would have been really pissed when I said that. I'm going to wake up neighbors. He stands in the snowy night, his coat billowing between black tombstones. He's like a ghost who has nowhere to go. It's very John Wickish, actually. I understand why he left the moment I see the names on the tombstones. He chose to imprison himself in this nightmare. He wants to atone to seek redemption for the monsters he killed. I hurry to his side, but when I try to call out his name, it gets stuck in my throat.
Why are you here?
Questions overwhelm my mind, but I don't know what to ask about first. Well, you know why I'm here. Or maybe you don't. You chose to disappear without a word. You didn't even give me an explanation. You just left.
These graves belong to the people who died by my hand.
I saw that.
I don't believe their deaths were unjustified.
No, because, I mean, they were basically monsters, what they were turning into.
Do you think I'm here because of guilt? I'm not standing in front of them for repentance, let alone the atonement you're imagining.
I didn't say that. When you almost raised your hand against me, based on your judgment, did that mean I was also someone who needed to be killed? He doesn't evade the question. He just nods without any hesitation. Damn, that's cold. So this is why you submitted your resignation letter to Axel Hospital. You haven't even healed my heart yet, and you're going to leave just like that? Grandma Josephine said you were supposed to take care of me. You told me not to change doctors on a whim. He did tell me that. But doctors can abandon their patients whenever they want. Complex feeling cross up from my throat to my tongue as emotions bubble up like boiling water.
I first met you when I came to Oxo Hospital. I was 12 at the time.
Notice his voice has changed.
Dr. Noah was a close friend of your grandmother, and I was told to look after you. You were afraid of me back then, until I used my power to keep your popsicle from melting. When things finally settled down after the Chrono Rift catastrophe, my parents asked if I wanted to move somewhere else. I hesitated for a long time. Was worried I wouldn't be able to see you anymore. But then that incident happened, and I actually hurt you.
Damn.
You were unconscious and bleeding heavily. When I realized what happened, I couldn't understand why I did it.
He closes his eyes for a moment. When he opens them, his expression is as serene as the calm after a snowstorm. So that's the question. Why did he try to almost yeet me? It's like he finally woke up from a year-long nightmare, only to discover that the nightmare has become reality.
That was when I realized I could lose control of my power. And not being in control can lead to irreversible consequences.
Okay, so do you know where I've heard this before? Y'all are going to laugh. The movie Frozen. When Anna and Elsa are playing, and Elsa has the ice power, and she's like using the ice to create stuff so that Anna can like run up and down and you know, like sled around it and all of that stuff. And something happened, and Elsa made like a mistake, and Anna wound up falling and hitting her head because of the ice. And they had to take her to the they're not trolls, but they had to go take her to go get healed from it. But Elsa was always guilty. She felt like her power is what hurt her sister, and that she had to keep it under control. And the more she tried to keep it under control, the worse things got. So y'all ripped this off of Frozen, but I ain't mad at you. Okay. I am so not mad at you.
It's why I chose to leave without saying goodbye.
The truth pierces my heart like needles. Words are stuck in my throat. I get it. I don't get it, but I get it.
Perhaps I chose cardiac surgery because I wanted to heal your heart.
So is my damaged heart his fault? Dang. Y'all really want to torture this character.
To make amends for what I did back then. Even I don't know.
He keeps his gaze lowered, and his voice is as soft as melting snowflakes. Oh, thank you, CJ.
I didn't hesitate when I chose the field of medicine. When I first recited the Hippocratic Oath, I truly believed I would become a good doctor. I believed I would save many people, including the one I had hurt before.
Damn, this is some Young and the Restless stuff right here. It doesn't seem like he noticed my obvious shock. Zayne just gazes calmly at the weathered gravestones. Yeah, because nobody told me this stuff. All I know is what Grandma
Until
Josephine
that night
gave
on Mount
me.
Eternal, when I killed William.
Wow. But you didn't have a better choice at the time. You really didn't. Once again, he lowers his emotionally detached gaze.
Do you really think a killer can be a doctor who saves lives?
In this case, yes.
If
But I
something
get why
like
he's
this happens
asking.
again, you might regret the fact that you tried to keep me close.
But that's my life, not your life. Are you saying your nightmares are destined to become reality? Will I turn into a monster that needs to be killed one day? I mean, I already killed Silas before. I didn't expect him to answer, yet he shakes his head.
I don't know.
So, are you avoiding me now because of logical reasonings? What about your feelings? I don't know. Might not be too in touch with that. If we're going by pure logic, then now is the time. Do it, Zayne. Are you afraid? Or is this something you don't want to do? Looking at his calm, aloof expression, I find myself beyond the point of rationality. And this is where the crazy kicks in. You know, the hot, crazy scale. I don't care. Any woman is at least a 5 crazy. And even the ones who don't seem crazy, you just have to wait for the trigger to kick in. That's all. I usually don't have this pop-up happening so much. So yeah, here's where the crazy is probably going to kick in. I'll just warn you. Whatever you do today, I won't have any regrets. Okay, well, not as crazy. All right.
But I would.
Snowflakes land on my eyelashes. They turn his figure into prismatic fragments that are like ripples in the darkness.
I'm certain that if I were to truly hurt you one day, it would be the greatest regret of my life.
The snowflakes fall as if they're floating through the cosmos. They land on us and the gravestones. I get it. I get it. Okay, I'm not going to cry. We stand in silence. Neither one of us exchanges a single word. After that day, rumors related to the Alterum and Dawnbreaker faded away like melting snow. These pure white specks were but fleeting visitors. The city awakens in daylight, and once again, it's immersed in its bizarre flood of information. The spatium core's energy remains concentrated in my chest. It's like a seed that's merged with my flesh. It faintly echoes with my heartbeat. I know these ether cores connect my past to my future. They're linked to the secrets hidden in deep space. Yet I wonder what fate awaits the Alterum, Zayne, and me. Ever won't give up on the fountain of Ate they've carefully cultivated. They'll continue to weave their dreams of immortality. But they were right about one thing. The cycle of life and death is an inescapable truth. The constraints of matter break down and the shackles of time and space gradually dissolve. Countless civilizations rise and fall among the stars because the laws that guide entropy and dissipation. Earth's magnificent radiance will eventually fade. Humanity's long undisturbed period of exile will also come to an end. I wouldn't understand that until much, much later. The Creator had planted foreshadowings in an era predating life itself. Man, that was depressing as hell. That was freaking depressing. Anyway, they have to do these other like battles and then, and then it's over. So that was pretty effed up. Dude tried to kill me, but he couldn't figure out why. I think he knows why, but he's not ready to tell me why. So the only clues we know is that this happened when he was 12. So anyway, finally, that's done. Yeah, I do like the lore in the story. So this is all like the canon that's in the story, how the main character meets all the other love interests and how the main story goes together. And then there's the myths and legends and everything. They're like branches and stuff for that. So speaking of that,
You asked me to remind you of something. Is it too late now? Your eyes. Come closer. Let me see.
I did
Yes,
not dress him in
they
this.
are
Okay,
really
I'm just
red.
saying.
Don't
See, this
stay
is
up late.
this is
Go to sleep
why
now.
I'm convinced this darn app watches me. I'm not going to bed right now because I'm partying. I'm going to go to bed right now. Charles says, what movie do you have lined up? We're going to be watching The Invisible Man from 1933 tomorrow night. So we're going to be watching that. And yep, Braylon, free will is a powerful tool and a dangerous weapon, a double-edged sword, if you will. And yeah, CJ, some people have cracked a smile in this game. But that's like the angsty
Pleasing others is unnecessary. Just do what you like.
Too funny. Too funny. But I did not dress in this way. He did that himself. Let's see. Oh, what did I get back? Did I get anything worth keeping? I have this one already. Okay, so I get memory shards. I can always use those. Okay, so let's finish out the myth. Who's this from? Oh, really? I got something new? Okay, well, I'm going to say that. I'm going to say that for later. I'm not sharing that one. Okay. So let's go to... All right. So we left off, I think, at... Was it 5 or was it 6? Oh, we already did this one because we went into town. We already did that one. Went into town. That's when I didn't have money and neither did he. He's trying to be smart. Okay.
You will receive an invitation tomorrow at noon. Don't accept it, or else misfortune will befall you.
Why is this voice so weird?
Congratulations, you two. Your son will be married next month.
So this is the Master of Fate myth.
There's no need to worry. The rumored ghost in the southeast region is just a fallen tree blocking the road. It is not a malevolent spirit.
We set up a fortune-telling stall half an hour ago on the side of the street. Zayne sits behind it and reads people's fortunes. In no time, a long line forms as people want to get their fortunes read.
Is this enough?
After thanking him profusely, the last customer, an elderly woman, leaves. I happily hand Zayne a bag filled to the brim with coins. Got some money. It is. We can buy a whole stall with this. I still can't believe you actually came down the mountain without bringing money. Seriously, dude. I thought you knew some kind of transmutation spell to turn stone into gold.
The gold would eventually return to being stone. When that happens, the merchant won't be able to ask for help.
Ah, okay. Hey, Florentin says, is this really the finale of this fine voice dude sweet talk with Lorena? Please not be. No, it's not. It's like we'll say like the story canon, like certain immutable truths. The fact that I first met Zayne when I was really little, and then at 12 something happened where some reason he like injured me or something like that. Stuff with Mouth Eternal, kind of like that. So no, there's plenty. There's plenty. But we're to finish up this myth story here from Master of Fate. I've been waiting for this one. I'm not gonna say how much money it cost me either. That's true, but why did you cast an illusion on us? We don't see each other any differently, yet in the eyes of everyone else, Zayne looks like an old white-haired mage while I'm a young girl with 2 buns in my hair.
People often believe the older someone is, the more credible they are.
Yeah, this is true.
This applies to physicians as well as mages.
That's weird. Being young doesn't mean you don't have experience, and being old doesn't mean you can't make mistakes. Since no one is paying attention to us, I dispel the illusion to reveal my true appearance and sit down next to Zayne. Can you read my fortune, sir?
What are you planning this time?
Some devilment. I'm planning some devilment. Just pretend to read my fortune. I'll put in a few good words for you. You'll get more customers this way. There's a stall that sells sugar paintings on the street corner. I was thinking, yes. Grinning ear to ear as I look at him, I prop up my chin in my hand. I noticed you can tell someone's fortune with just a glance. You don't ask a lot of questions. From what I've seen before, fortune tellers draw, cast spells, or count.
At its core, it's about being able to read a person's expression. Other methods aren't necessary for me.
Ah, okay. Well, wouldn't that make you less intimidating? Why don't you try to put on a show? Zayne sighs. He pauses for a moment and then turns to me.
Other than reading someone's expressions, you can also read palms.
Ah, okay. First of
Since
all,
you're curious,
I love this outfit. It's very Final Fantasy-ish.
What do you want to know?
Once again, Infold's done a little bit better with the lighting with dark skinned characters. So y'all are getting there. Y'all getting there. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna go for the big guns.
Romance.
I know I can make my money.
The person you're destined to be with is stoic and not very affectionate.
He actually looked sad when he
Does it
said
remind
that.
you of someone? It could be Hua or Bai.
You're lying. Hua and Bai are very lying. Now it's my turn.
How can you read my palm when I'm wearing gloves?
I can also read expressions.
Don't bother.
Oh, come on. You know you want me to.
You look well enough. What did you see?
Why don't I share some of my good fortune with you
Your
since
good
you seem to
fortune.
be
You're too
lacking
kind.
it?
This flower can't be found in the mountains. How do you know what it looks like?
I heard about it from a passerby. It
A
supposedly
flower that's
has a
always
nice
in full
fragrance.
bloom is a sign of good luck. It's fitting.
It's actually a jasmine flower.
However, judging from your resonance, your power stagnated for a bit. We need to improve your training when we get back.
And he's back. Earlier, did you make up everything?
Believe and it will come true.
Well, I believe Santa Claus was going to bring me Jason Momoa, and that didn't happen. Shh, that's a lie. You're messing with me.
You were the one who said I should just pretend while you put in a few good words for me. Since that's the case, don't take my words too seriously.
Zayne quietly watches me. His expression is gentle, but something hides in the depths of his eyes. Unconsciously, I lean forward. Seeing how there's no one around, I whisper to him, I'm the worst. Now I'm genuinely curious. Why don't we do it seriously this time? Seeing Zayne lift his gaze, I know he agreed. I sit up straight, looking at him with anticipation. Before I realize it, a cold expression appears on Zayne's face. What's wrong? Is it bad?
It's not.
Okay, scare me, dude. Then what did you see?
There will be an unfortunate event in your life. After it occurs, you will wield a power that can shake heaven and earth.
Well, that's vague. Don't scare me. I don't care about having power like that. I like it as it is now. I silently add a with you. Anyway, it's perfect as it is. So what's this unfortunate event? I mean, do I turn into an old hag or what? Nervous, I expectantly look at Zayne. After a long period of silence, he finally meets my gaze.
Don't eat it.
What? Don't eat what, huh?
Don't eat sugar. You'll get a toothache.
Okay, that's it's a little off. As she runs off to buy a bracelet, Zayne can still see her joyful face through the crowd. The corner of his mouth curls, but that hint of a smile quickly disappears. In the swaying shadows of the trees, an old man sits down in front of him.
Your Grace, is there any reason to be here?
It's you.
Your Grace has a keen eye.
I think that's Astra. The old man glances at the girl who's not too far away.
Isn't she that variable? She finally appeared.
I've seen her fate. It's clear, untainted, and untouched. There are no signs of her becoming a variable.
The old man strokes his long beard.
What your Grace has seen is only her present. And even if she has no intention of harming others, it won't stop them from resenting her. I heard a small serpent went mad in the mountains. Your Grace must know the reason, yes? When a person has something unique and precious, they will no longer live in peace. Since your Grace has already accepted the role of Saming, the variable must be eliminated as soon as possible.
Dang. You're gonna have to kill me in this this myth too. Shoot. Am I that
Any
horrible?
problems that could occur in the future will be avoidable then. If your Grace is unwilling, should I do it instead?
That won't be necessary.
Ah, shoot. The girl stands in front of a nearby stall waving a bracelet at him. Zayne, the merchant told me there's a sacrificial ceremony tonight. Can we go? The old man has already disappeared. Zayne subconsciously waves back at her, hearing himself say,
All right.
So who's this old man? I think it's Astra. Okay, so let's go here to 7. As night falls, banners flutter on the altar. A special incense has been placed in the brazier. It burns with a dazzling light as a rich scent permeates. People put on masks representing 12 mythological beasts, and Fang Shang-Shi, the exorcist, and dance majestically amidst flying sparks. The passionate singing seems to have the power to pierce the heavens. Together with the afterglow of the setting sun, it paints the people's faces red. It's so lively. Is this what a sacrificial dance is like? It's interesting.
Its purpose is to entertain the gods. The dance must be unique so that they can convince the gods to grant their wishes.
I close my eyes, noticing a strange yet devout wave of thoughts. It's as if I can sense their wishes. Is this how people communicate with the gods?
Warding off misfortune, driving away plagues, praying for longevity. These are the simplest, yet hardest wishes to fulfill.
Why do so many people want to live forever?
It's because their lives are fleeting. Yet every life is predetermined. If you try to change it, you'll only be punished.
And that's what happened in the Foreseer myth. Well, he actually tried to see his own fate. And when he saw my character's fate, he also saw his fate as well. So Astra had to punish him.
Therefore,
so I guess it's the same
changing
with
one's fate is easier said than done.
Master Fate. Even though he's in a crowd, Zayne always stands out as if he could disappear at any moment. I can't help but grab his sleeve. He turns his gaze, appearing deeper as his eyes reflect the fire.
Do you want to live forever?
That's a good question. Nah. You want to live forever? I keep thinking of that line in Starship Troopers. I shake my head, but then I nod, unsure. I just want to live a little longer. I haven't finished learning from you yet. I haven't seen Bai grow up, and I still have to help you copy bamboo slips. There are a lot of things I need to do. And I heard people enter the 9 hells after they die. It's a dark, cold place. It must be very boring.
I see.
His gaze is like a frozen pool, yet there's a surging emotion underneath that I can't understand. I feel a bit awkward and look behind me. The dancers have been replaced by a beautifully dressed priestess. She's dancing gracefully, and her song feels alive. It's different from the passion I sensed earlier. What is she doing?
Courtship.
Oh, huh?
Humans choose the most beautiful woman to be a priestess and dress her up like a goddess to invite a god to descend from the heavens. The priestess sings about her love for the god, then uses her dance to lure him out. She listens to his prophecy and then...
He looks at me and pauses.
They consummate their relationship.
Okay, you don't need to explain it. Understanding why her dance exudes such an unabashed allure, I decide not to look at her anymore. Without thinking, I immediately cover Zayne's eyes.
What are you doing?
Aren't you here for business? I don't think you should be slacking off right now.
You're the one who wanted to watch the ceremony.
Yeah, it's true. I didn't know what I was going to be in for. Yes, I also make mistakes. That's why I'm reflecting and making amends. If you want to see a dance, I can do it whenever you'd like. So I guess I don't want him to watch the stripper dance. Okay.
I'd like to see that.
Really? Seeing my stunned expression, he makes matters worse. He says,
Right now.
Okay. A promise is a promise. If I said I'll dance, then I will. Ceremony ends. Zayne and I are the only ones left. I cast an illusion and hesitantly walk to the center of the altar. Let me say this first. This dance is unique to the mountains. It's normal if you find it strange.
I see. I learned something new today in that case.
I'm telling the truth. When I danced, a lot of animals would watch me. Sounds like Miami. Remembering the steps from the distant past, I make a flower-like gesture with my fingers near my forehead. At first, I move with ease, but it's not long before my steps become clumsy. This dance is difficult to perform. Don't distract me. Oh, I'm a dancer, so I don't do clumsy. I glare at Zayne and he clears his throat.
It's hard to dance without music.
As he speaks, he conjures up a jade. I'm not trying to say that word right now. In his right hand, its end producing a radiant snowy glow that scatters in the wind. You can play ukulele? Why didn't you tell me before?
You didn't tell me you could dance. Now we're even.
Yeah, that's true. I did say that. He plays 2 notes, leading me to follow his rhythm with each step.
Continue.
The moon hangs high in the sky, bright moonlight pouring down and splashing its brilliance onto the girl's hair. As the notes from the ukulele flow like a gentle river, her steps gradually become lighter, akin to a spirit gracefully emerging from the mountains. This music reminds me of every kung fu movie I watched. As she dances, dormant flowers bloom once again. Several birds fly above the altar. charmed by her dance. Their chirps interweave with the Gyuquin's melody. She dances with growing passion. She extends her finger for a beautiful bird to land on. She flashes a radiant smile at him. He never knew she'd be so breathtakingly vibrant when she's blooming. At the end of my performance, I stand in front of Zayne. Somewhat smug, I turn around. Well, do you believe me now? Was it good? The flower in my hair is about to fall. He steadies it and his hand lingers near my cheek.
Beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you. I can't help but hold my breath, looking into the depths of his gaze. He eventually puts the flower back in place.
Next year, I'll play Gucci again when you want to dance.
Okay, I wasn't that far off. Oh, okay. But how can you say next year when the old man told him that I'm a variable and I need to kind of be dealt with, whatever the heck that means? I don't know if Zayne will play the Gyuquin for me next year. Ever since he returned from the mountains, he's been acting strange. He still reads the bamboo slips and tends to the sacred tree, as he always does, but we don't talk much. Of course, he's always been a man of few words, yet as of late, when I'm with him, he often seems lost in thought. He silently stares at me as if he doesn't even hear what I'm saying. It's snowing again in the mountains. Zayne reads the bamboo slips behind his long table. I rush over to him, pointing at the two snowmen in the middle of the courtyard.
Good work. Is Hua the one on the left and Bai the one on the right?
They're supposed to be you and me. Do they look that bad?
It was a joke. I could tell they were us, especially since you draped my robe over one of them.
I was worried it'd get cold, so I borrowed your clothes. You don't mind, do you?
I can't say anything since you already took them.
Yeah, that's true. What you gonna do about it? He puts the bamboo slip back on the table, his hand pausing for a moment.
Have you tamed any new companions recently?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't want to after the viper went mad. Yeah, that was messed up. I feel like I can better control my power lately. It's as if I've grown a lot.
Excellent. If I asked you to leave, would you do it?
Wait, what? Asked me to leave? What the? Oh, okay, I'm taken aback. That's an understatement. Where would I go?
Only you can answer that question. The world is big, and there are many people below the mountain. As long as you keep your power hidden, you can go anywhere.
Why are you saying all of this? It sounds like you're kicking me out. Zayne sighs, his expression softening a bit.
In the past, you said you didn't want to be alone in the mountains.
That was before I met you, Hua, and Bai. I don't dislike the mountain. I just don't like being alone. I used to fantasize how nice it would be for someone to eat with me, hunt with me, or play in the rain with me without caring about getting wet. Now I'm happy just being able to nap by the tree, wake up, look at the flowers, and occasionally copy books. as long as there's a mountain and Zayne. Living alone on a mountain isn't a problem since there are very few people here. But if I'm alone, even when there are people, I'll be like a snowflake in the sun. I'll melt.
That won't happen.
Zayne puts away the bamboo slip and clasps his hands. Light flickers between his fingers, and then there are two small snowmen on the table. They're identical to the big snowman I built, just tinier and lacking clothes.
Not every snowflake will melt.
Not even a special snowflake? But I'm not one that you made. Your power can't protect me. Something lands on my lowered head and a familiar scent falls on my hair. I can't help but smile as Zayne pats my head.
I'll give you more difficult tasks from now on.
Oh, lovely. Okay.
Once you complete all of them, you'll be able to defend yourself no matter what happens.
Will I become as strong as you? That sounds like a lot of training. Zayne looks at the table in silence. The snowmen in my shadow watch him while I stare at his unmoving eyelashes. Hey, Keely Chow, good seeing you. It's as if eons pass before I hear him speak in a low voice.
It will snow for a long time. There's no need to rush.
Okay. He's using that voice again. Makes me wonder. The table and the bamboo slips in front of the tree are gone. Standing in their place is this one of the more difficult tests you mentioned? Okay. So what am I looking at? Looking at the stacks of bamboo strips in front of me, my jaw drops. I start counting in a daze. There are hundreds of them. As soon as I finish counting, Zayne raises his hand and points.
There are more behind the tree.
Oh, shoot. How much I gotta do? I quickly walk around to the back. It's part of the same stack.
Don't you want to count those?
Not really. I can't anymore. My head is spinning. These are all going to be made into umbrellas? All of them?
Correct.
Do I have to make dozens of umbrellas?
Over 100.
Dang. I close my eyes and lie down. I refuse to look at him. They want me to make 100 freaking umbrellas. Why? Footsteps slowly approach and stopping beside me. I don't want to hear what he's about to say. I cover my ears.
If closing your eyes and covering your ears could solve any problem, I wouldn't mind you mastering this technique.
I shouldn't be able to hear him well, but Zayne's voice is somehow clearer than before and resounds in my mind. Incredible. Oh, I know. If I finish making 100 umbrellas, you teach me this skill. Deal?
Why do you want to learn it?
So I can repeat the truth like a mantra to people in denial. That way they know I'm right. His laugh also echoes in my mind, making my ears slightly tingle. I rub my ears.
What's wrong?
His cool fingertips gently land behind my ear. He skillfully uses his spiritual power to massage my acupuncture points. Okay, hopefully we don't get too crazy. His power is just like him, cold and honest, and can quickly make someone sober. But its strength has the opposite effect on me. I feel drowsy. I narrow my eyes and catch a glimpse of Zayne's smiling face. Even though his eyes carry a heaviness, he appears content. I relax.
Are you pretending to sleep? Or are you trying to fall asleep?
You caught me. I can't sleep now. Zayne is unusually amiable today. He didn't rush me to get up and start training immediately. I roll my eyes and prepare to push my luck. You never tell me what the training is for whenever I get a new task. You want me to figure it out for myself. Is this one going to be like the others?
Do you want me to tell you?
Of course, I can only guess based on some of the previous lessons when they end, but I'm too embarrassed to ask you about the rest. It's better to understand something fully than to have regret. Zayne's gaze slowly sweeps over the bamboo strips before falling on the sacred tree behind me.
All right. Let's start with what you couldn't understand. The umbrellas shall act as a seal. They will also be a form of protection.
Okay.
The sacred tree will be a source of spiritual power for the umbrellas to work for years. Once the power fades, the seal will weaken.
Why do you need so many umbrellas? You're not sealing away a rain monster or a snow fiend, are you? 100 umbrellas? Zayne softly chuckles, marking the end of our discussion on this topic.
After this is over, how does resting for a long time sound?
Really good. Rest? Question mark. I sit up abruptly only for Zayne to steady me. You can show me the sights and sound of the world then. I hear the neighboring town is filled with fragrant flowers. Over the mountain and past 2 rivers, there's a village famous for making bai tangao. I wonder what that is. When we were in town, I learned quite a bit and remembered the townsfolk's gossip. I was waiting for the day I could tell Zayne about it. As I ramble on about interesting stories, I'm filled with anticipation. All right, last part of the story. Thousands of bamboo strips and tens of thousands of colored ribbons surround me. Learning how to make an umbrella is much faster than intercepting a trap. Zayne said I should wait for snowfall after the umbrella frames are ready. At that time, my umbrellas will be done. After I finished hundreds of umbrella frames, I still don't know what I'm training for. Zayne might be able to tell me, but I haven't seen him around lately. Even Bai is nowhere to be seen. I want to know what he's busy with, and if I could help in any way, or maybe he didn't say anything because he knows I can't help. Once I finish this last step, my umbrellas will be complete. The finished umbrella frames are grouped into a small pile not far from the sacred tree. The wind passes through the empty frames, making all sorts of strange sounds. I hide within this mound of umbrellas, waiting for the arrival of the white peeper. What's that? Making umbrellas is a sleep-inducing task, and I've been feeling very drowsy recently. No one's around, and it's so boring.
No one's here?
It's as if he doesn't know I'm hiding in this spot.
Then, in winter, on the 12th day of the 12th lunar month, someone skipped her training. Noted, in case someone disputes it.
He actually has a record. Impossible. I have to steal and burn it when I get a chance. As they come up with a plan, I can't help but also revel in this unexpected discovery. I need to find that book and burn it. I continue to wait in hopes of discovering more secrets, yet the sounds around me cease. Sensing something, I look up. Through the layers and layers of umbrella frames, eyes as soft as melting snow calmly stare back at me, greeting me with a barely discernible smile.
Why did you decide to sleep under a pile of umbrellas?
Because they were there. I just wanted to try.
How long do you plan to stay there?
I'm coming out, but you need to look away first.
Why?
Because I need to crawl out. I won't look pretty. Zayne's short fit of laughter pierces through the umbrella frames, making me feel embarrassed. I want to crawl out and scare him now.
I agree. It's an embarrassing matter.
A chilly wind blows, spiritual power gathers like waves, and in the blink of an eye, hundreds of umbrella frames are lifted into the air. I look up at the floating umbrella flames. Frames. I can talk through my Invisalign. I quickly notice shadows falling from the sky. It's snowing. Will I be done with my umbrellas today? It's finally over. Doing all these darn umbrellas. These umbrellas are made from the sacred mountain's bamboo and covered in the mountain's snow. Can they be considered divine artifacts? I don't know what you're sealing, but we should keep 2 or 3 umbrellas. We have a lot, right? There will be one for me, one for you, and one for Bai.
If you have an umbrella, keep it. Don't give it to other people. As long as the snow on the umbrella doesn't melt, you don't need to be afraid of anything.
So, unmelting snow on an umbrella. Shaking his head, Zayne remembers something and smiles.
Trouble seems to find you a lot. The umbrella may be consumed quickly.
Yep, I'm walking trouble, that's for sure. Snowflakes fall into the umbrella frames and covers the smooth bamboo. The umbrella's surfaces turn into a pure, flawless white. The snow is silent but fast, as if it wants to cover up all the umbrellas in the blink of an eye. I suddenly feel my heart pounding. I quickly grab Zayne's sleeve. Zayne, once these umbrellas are done, my training will be over. What will I become then?
What do you want to become?
I think I don't want to change. I want to be how I've always been.
At least one of your wishes will come true. I'm certain of it.
I purse my lips, but an untimely yawn still comes out.
Are you tired?
Making umbrellas is boring. You and Bai haven't been visiting me, which made it worse. But I won't sleep. I want to be here when all the umbrellas are done. I rub my eyes in an attempt to get rid of the sleepiness. Through my blurry vision, I see spiritual power of an icy blue covers the sky. The tree is so powerful now. I'll keep going fast and
You
fold.
see it?
Yes, but is this power flowing from the tree or is the tree absorbing it? Zayne reaches out and covers my eyes.
Would you like to rest?
But I got work to do.
Don't be scared.
Uh-oh, there's that voice again. I don't often say no to Zayne, especially when he speaks slowly with this somewhat gentle tone. I can miss the umbrellas, but Zayne's attempt to lull me to sleep is too precious to disregard. I quickly ignore the odd feeling in my heart and close my eyes.
You can sleep for a bit longer. You don't need to wake up early. After this, you can go see those flowers and try the village's baitangao. Take an umbrella. My snow won't melt.
But how long is a bit longer? I don't remember when Zayne's voice disappeared. I don't remember how I fell into a deep slumber either. All I remember is that sleeping in the snow was nice. It was soft and not cold at all. After a while, my aching heart quieted down. How long is a bit longer? Zayne? It was either the ice thawing in a frozen pond or sprouts creating a fissure as they broke through the frozen earth. The crisp crackling is clear in my mind, startling me awake from my abyss of dreams. My long-lost senses suddenly return. My sense of smell is the first thing to come back. A very faint fragrance envelops me. I open my eyes and a dappled white light blinds me. The light dances, shining past my eyelids, casting various dark shades of red in my vision. I finally discovered the source of the scent. Wow, what is it? The tree is covered in blossoming snow-like flowers. The lush, towering sacred tree seems to be holding up the sky. The flowers are blooming. Zayne? There's no more snow under the tree. It's so quiet. Not even a single bird chirps. It's as if I'm the only one left in the world. Using the tree trunk as support, I stand up. I circle around the tree, but there's no trace of him. Did he disappear on me? Bye? There's a small grayish white ball nearby. When I approach it, I see it's just a rock. Next to the rock is a folded umbrella. I thought Bai was guarding it for me. It's the only thing here. Did he leave it for me because he knew I wanted one? I'm satisfied and happy with my logical reasoning, yet no matter how hard I try, I can't seem to find any humor in it. Zayne, Bai, where are you? Zayne, are you here? A silent breath comes from the sacred tree. I quickly cry at myself and return to my hut with the umbrella. Since then, I would wake up and stare at the sacred tree every day. Then I'd go home and sleep the night away. The weather continues to get warmer, but it's still cold near the tree. I fall asleep under the tree and then wake up from the cold in the middle of the night. It's at that moment I realize I can't sense the sacred tree anymore. My power is being suppressed. The sun is getting brighter each day. I carefully put away the umbrella, realizing the snow on it doesn't melt. Will he not appear until the umbrella breaks? When I open the umbrella, a familiar, refreshing scent touches my face. I bite my lip and the calm facade I've been holding collapses. Under the umbrella, I bury my head in my hands, not looking up until quiet footsteps approach. Something warm and furry touches my hand. Hua, that's my snow leopard. Hua's a lot calmer now. She doesn't squirm when I tightly hug her, and she doesn't grumble when my tears wet her fur. She gently swishes her tail, brushing it against my shoulder. I don't like this. They're not here. Do you know where they went? Hua looks up at the sacred tree. Does the tree know where they are? I look up, staring blankly at the cloud-like crown of the sacred tree. A bit of snow appears and falls towards me. Y'all, this is sad as hell. Zayne? And the music too? I hurriedly catch it and take a close look. It's a white flower, but I'm not sure what species it is. It's as white as snow, but it's not made of ice. I can't sense everything anymore, so I guess it's just my imagination. But if it's not, then this is the tree's answer for me. Falling flowers represent goodbyes. The person I'm looking for might no longer be here. Cradling the flower, I think for a long, long time. Hua comes and goes, giving me bright red fruits. Thank you, Hua. Hua, okay. Pronouncing it wrong. I gently place a white flower on the ground next to the tree. I stand up and put the fruits in my pocket and pat Hua's head. You're strong. You should be able to guard this place. Now, she's a leopard, of course. I'm trusting you to protect this tree until we return. Is that okay with you? When Hua grumbles, I nod and begin my trek down the mountain with my umbrella. Since they're not here, I'll look elsewhere. The world is big and there are a lot of people. However, as long as I have my umbrella, I can go anywhere. I've rested enough. I can't afford to waste a single moment. Before I leave the tree's domain, I turn around to take one last look at it. Under the tree, Hua's figure is blurry, but the sacred tree stands tall and beautiful, like always. It is such a nice scent. What kind of flower could... When I find Zayne, I need to ask him. Under the sacred tree, the white flower takes root. It stands tall and emits a faint fragrance. Well, damn, that was sad. Although, I will say with the other tale, which was, let's say, Tower Secrets, it's like Zayne wanted my character to make sure this jasmine flower would grow, because as soon as it did and it sprouted petals, he would be able to find out what his fate was. So I don't know if that flower taking root means he's coming back. I have no idea. All I know is that story was depressing as hell. I feel like I need a pint of Ben and Jerry's after that. All right. Well, thank you guys for hanging out with me, for finishing this up. I don't think these main story updates come out very, very often, as far as I know, but I wanted to get to all of them so you guys can enjoy them with me. So I hope you liked it. I hope you had fun. I hope you liked my commentary. Tomorrow, 12 noon, or I should say today at 12 noon, that's kind of late, Resort Recon Live podcast, we are going to be talking how Epic Universe is finally open to the public. We're going to check out the opening ceremonies and check out what some folks have been saying about that first day. And then we'll also talk about Disney's half-hearted attempt to bring people to their parks. So that's going to happen tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow at noon, tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern, watch party for the 1933 movie, The Invisible Man. We're going through all the old school monster movies that are going to be represented over at Epic Universe, so you do not want to miss it. So, everyone take care. Have a wonderful night, evening, morning, wherever